and friends.
With benefits.
Kathy!
Oh, Lady Psycho. Oh, Lady Psycho. And you know what that means. 3 letters, 3 words. NXT, let's fucking go.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of the AEW Dynamite Watch Party.
It is Friday, and you know what that means. Only one thing. It's time for Friday Night SmackDown right here on Circle Debate Network for the watch along. It's Kayla, the Queen of the South.
Yo, the GETCHO podcast crew is in the building. That's right, you got your homie Gus.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the latest episode of Game Breaker Sports.
She bangs! Oh, baby, when she moves, she moves.
Yo.
He moves, baby, and he bangs.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended.
Go fuck yourself!
Off is the direction you can fuck.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
That's right, folks. Welcome to the Circle Debate Podcast, episode 255. The turnover, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, we're back, folks. We're fucking back. It's about damn fucking time that we're back. It's fucking bloody marvelous.
Bloody marvelous.
I knew it. That's 2 for Vivian.
Bloody marvelous. Bloody marvelous.
That's right. Bloody marvelous, baby. Bloody fucking marvelous. I love that movie. I don't know why. These have been 4. It's one of my favorites. That's just me. But yes, folks, welcome once again. Happy Monday, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed Raw Dogging with Dom and Friends with Benefits. Right, as they follow up with Raw as we're on the road to Clash of Paris, which we'll get into that momentarily. But you already know, folks, ladies and gentlemen, this is the host of TV's winner, Ivan C, with my other host. Man, this man, his brother needed fucking help because his brother was pissed off. But you know what? This is our attorney at law, folks.
He'll represent you, and you'll be lucky. He'll win you 1.2, maybe 3. Oh, he's a fill of fucking Pepsi. Just call 1-900-Mussolini. And for a low fee of $3.99, he will give you expert legal advice and a free can of Pepsi.
Pepsi Phone, Pepsi, not responsible. See the wrong kind of Pepsi. Top of Wrestling Talk, Circle Debate, are all responsible for that.
Call today.
Money's on the way. Call Pepsi
today. Right now. And remember, he will fight for you.
And he will. This man will fight for you for sure.
Yo!
That's right.
I'm gonna speak on the violence that was thrown upon one Stokely. He was just an independent contractor.
Oh man, but shout out to everybody already in the chat already. Trex, what is going on? What is good?
Hello to everyone except Linux.
Zach, what's going on? Gabby, what is good? David, what's going on from Cedar Hills, Texas? The Redeemer, of course, what is good? And of course, the notorious one, what is good, fams? Tommy, what is good? Hey,
Yo,
Phil,
Tommy,
where is my Pepsi Zero, Phil?
send the invoice into, and I quote, circle of debate at ffu.com. And I will get to your
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm choking my own saliva here. What's wrong with me? Oh.
There may be a delay because my server's in Europe.
Oh, my God. Emily, what is up, girl? Appreciate to him. See, Blue, what is going on? Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome, everyone. And it's a hot day here in Southern California. This weather is crazy. Oh, man. But I'm here, though, folks. We're here. We're all here together. And, man, I know we didn't have opportunity to be here last week. But, man, I can tell you, what a hell of a show. What a hell of a weekend. And fucking,
it was almost too much wrestling this weekend for a lot.
There was a lot of fucking wrestling this weekend, right? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it, baby. Fucking, let's talk about it. Let's fucking start with it. Of course, look, I don't hate Tony Khan. I'm telling you right now, I love this man right now because he has done fantastic. Tony Khan, I applaud you, sir. You gave us another great event. I applaud you. I applaud you, Tony Khan. I gotta give it to you. I'll give it to you.
That's fun. Let's fucking go.
That's right. I'll give it to you, Tony Khan. But
I will give Tony Khan credit. He turned Forbidden Door from honestly, and with all due respect, a fake ass super promotion event. And I said it. I did say it, and you know I'm not lying. When the first Forbidden Door was going, we were sitting there going, "What the fuck was the point of this?" Yes, they were great matches, of course, but by the time it was over, we all sat there going, "What was the fucking point of this?"
Exactly.
And I mean, I understand. You know, you got two promotions, so you it's a rough road to navigate. But the truth of the matter is, by the time we get to now, what is it? The 5th year for Forbidden Door, 6th year for Forbidden Door.
6th year, I believe. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I feel like 6. Mm-hmm. It has literally become part of their regular pay-per-view package, and it is a really nice glimpse, not as much as I would like, into New Japan Pro Wrestling. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you got Takahashi, which honestly was probably my favorite one, or as I like to call him, Kamen Rider Evolve X. If any of y'all watch that, and you might watch those Japanese pop shows.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so, and like I said, for the most part, it felt like it was important because it led into their next pay-per-view, which is going to be in Australia.
Oh, I'm stoked for that.
Exactly, and I think that one's going to be really good. And we can talk about it, but one of the big matches of the night, the winners actually is from Australia, not Tony Storm.
I break it down. I want to hear you talk about it.
Well, no, it's like once I heard that they were going to be in Australia for the next pay-per-view, I knew Kyle Fletcher was going to win. Because there is a certain point where you were kind of hoping that Kyle Fletcher kind of loses the belt and gets it back afterwards. But if we're going to talk about those matches, like I don't want to go through, I don't want to jump ahead, but if we're going to talk about,
go for it. You're more than welcome to, brother.
Like I think I told a lot of people, for me personally, as just a guy who enjoys ground and pound work and like catch wrestling, my match of the night was Nigel McGuinness and Zack Sabre Jr. That said, my match objective level was probably Swerve versus Okada. The second place, which honestly was could have been a trade-off, is Kyle Fletcher versus Takahashi.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't get me wrong, like the Hangman MJF match was also very good. And obviously the cage match, which was the big thing, was also really good. But for me, when I want to watch pure wrestling or pure ass whooping, that's what I wanted to watch. Now, the main event was just great for violence and ridiculousness sake. I mean, but the thing is, also on that list was a Tony Storm Athena match.
Talk about it.
That was honestly, other than Mariah May, in my opinion, that might have been Tony Storm's best rivalry. Because the thing about that one is that when Tony, and this is not Tony Storm's fault, this is the booking issue.
Okay.
When Tony Storm has a feud, she's so good, she carries that feud by herself that sometimes the other person doesn't even need to go on the mic. Like they got like 5 minutes and it's like, okay, fine. But Tony Storm will always carry their promos for that night or, the and stuff. With Athena, it felt like a 2-person feud. It generally felt like it. And when the match started, it also felt like a 2-person feud. Shout out to Mina. She can always come out to a match I'm in as well. But shout out to her because you can't go wrong. Like you can't go wrong with a woman with a chair, as far as I'm concerned. If she's giving chair shots, she's wifey material.
Right.
Shout out to my first Francine. Lord help me.
Lord have mercy.
From ECW, that was a violent woman right there. But truth be told, like I said, those for me, those are the matches that truly stood out. I will say the smartest match of the night was the Patriarchy versus Edge and Christian.
You didn't play smart?
That was the first one. That was the first match of the night. And the interesting thing about them, I'm glad they won too. But the thing about them is they didn't go into their regular Edge and Christian tag teams. They were without betraying their current gimmicks and all. They actually tagged honestly 2 new people who have not been tagged before and are not new people, but people who haven't tagged in 10 years and then try to go to old hat to try to get the pop out of the fans. They literally created a new storyline of them trying to get used to each other in these new personas of theirs, which I enjoyed. And the fact that Christian was still an asshole the entire match was great. And then it's like the Jordan, what's up, brother?
World Elite.
When was it? They kind of tried. Was it Ed Copeland wanted to hug it out, and Christian was like, "No, I'm good."
No, he was just like, "Don't just fucking hug me. Just shake my hand. Shake my hand. I want to hug you." I love that. I love that from him. That was amazing. Of course, shout out to the Ace of World Elite World.
And then of course, there's everybody's favorite. Brodito is the new AEW Tag Team Champions.
Jeez, I wonder why. Just go ahead. I want to hear you why. Even David is talking about it. I'm really happy.
Truth be told, and I whether it's true or not, and honestly, I don't think it's as blown up as people say it was.
Okay.
I do, however, think MVP probably in passing said, I would rather we lost our belt to a non-established tag team who's just starting to come up.
Yes.
And while I will say Brody King is not necessarily like a newbie, but them as a tag team, they're definitely a powerhouse and they're definitely coming up, which I think for them works great. And honestly, with the loss of the House of Black, I'm glad Brody, they're finding something really powerful and strong to give Brody King.
That's good. They're a good combo tag team.
Yeah, they are the tag team we did not know we needed. Right. I am genuinely surprised. If you think about it, they were only together for about 4 or 5 matches, a little bit less than a month.
Less than a month, yep. In Collision,
yeah. So, and they got it, and they showed they showed that they deserve to get the belts because they're a great team. So yeah, and truth be told, I would have been upset if FTR won because they always win.
Well, it would have been obvious because that would have gone for Copeland and Christian versus them for the tag team at All Out. It just would have been too obvious. I'm glad that Brodito won, and if it is true, I mean, like I said, we're analysts. We analyze situation. We give our opinions of it. If it is the case that Hertzenick didn't want to do the job to FTR, that's why Tony Khan ended up adding Brodito to this match, which I don't think it was a bad decision. I think it was a great decision to add them. And everybody, even myself, was under the impression, thought that means that they're not taking the pin. FTR is going to win this shit, and Brodito's taking the pin. One of them is. And they did not do that. They surprised us and they turned it around. See, this is how you fucking know that Tony Khan is fucking listening to us. Because he knows that it would be too obvious for him to do that. And he decided to give them the tag team belts, which I was happy about.
I mean, truth be told, what he could probably arguably do is like FTR laws. If you have Christian Edge or Christian Cope, and FTR fight for the number one contendership, and eventually you could have them do it. Then you can kind of have it, and then you can it's still a pathway for them to win the tag team championships one more time, assuming that's going to be the case.
You think it might happen like on a road to all out? That it might happen as a direction?
It might, honestly, but truth be told, do we need them to win the tag team championships, or do we just need them to tag together again on the regular?
I say tag regular.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think they need to win the tag belts, and truth be told, and there is the one thing I do need to talk about.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
4-way for the TNT title.
I want to hear this. I fucking want to hear this. Go ahead. I'm
so,
I want popcorn.
Getting past 9 fucking belts from 9 different promotions that nobody has heard of, and they don't advertise those 9 promotions at all, other than to say Mercedes Moné has 9 belts. Fine.
8 belts.
No, 9. She had 9 by the time Forbidden Door opened up. She had 9.
Well, no, it's 8 belts because the Owen Hart does not count as a belt, as a trophy.
It's a belt she's carrying around with her, so yes, it does.
What the fuck?
So I'm gonna look past all of that.
Okay.
From a booking perspective, now I'm not saying Bozilla should have won. However, somehow, some way, she should have been more involved around. I mean, she did. She was okay, and she was involved in the pin. But I kind of feel like that was not the best put together match to justify how Mercedes won. Like doing a sneak roll up, I appreciate that for the old school method of it. But truth be told, the ending felt very rushed and lazy.
I feel like, though, didn't you feel like this 4-way was just like booked quick in an instant? I mean,
yeah, and don't get me wrong, Bozilla was very green. Like, she wasn't bad, and she didn't make any mistakes, but she was very green. And like, I feel like even though she was like the most inexperienced there, she looked really good. So I would do it. So I want to see, like, I felt like her story. And everyone else in there kind of got glossed over just to make Mercedes get a good win.
Well, think about this. She wasn't even doing shit most of the time in that matchup. It was really more the other 3 girls.
Yeah.
Mainly it was Winslow, Persephone, and Bozilla, which, I mean, I still give her credit. 21 years old, her competing in a big event from Stardom. Stardom's young lion there, pretty much. Technically, we could say that. And
so I will give them credit. Persephone looked really good. I really did enjoy it. Even the mile flub with the rope thing, which honestly, it looks like she literally did trip. And honestly, I don't fucking care because it was still a good match from her.
It was still a good match, yeah.
Yeah, still a good match. The same for this Alex Windsor is always Windsor. It's always great. And she literally that night she showed she was great. Oh, yeah. Bozilla, like you said, even though she's 21 and young, she was a monster out there. Like, she was genuinely scary. And she fought like the big dudes back in the day, which I was like the bigs back in the day, I should say. Absolutely. And so she was really good. And I guess on the one hand, I do appreciate that they booked it so that they looked good and Mercedes didn't have that much to do. But I think the problem is for me is that Fluid, I actually do wonder about that too. But at 21 years old, I'd be very curious. I definitely want to see her in NXT. But the problem I had with it is that if you really wanted to push one of them, I would have had them do a little bit more than what they did with it, with Mercedes being like, basically, I guess the question is like, they're all really good, but like if you're going to start like a future rivalry, there was no real through line to the Mercedes next rivalry, storyline wise, because who she's going to be. Like, I mean, Alex Windsor would be a perfect beef for her to go through, and they didn't write that story within the booking they did for that night.
Agreed.
But then but again, I don't know what they have planned. They may do something else, but the thing is, if they end up doing something like that, it does kind of defeat the purposes of not using that match as it.
Shout out to Christopher.
That's probably true. Yeah.
You agree with that? I think
that's fair. I think that's one-dimensional thinking. And trying to basically it's the equivalent of dating someone after you've broken up with, like dating someone's brother after you've broken up with him. But
no comment. I'll plead the fifth.
But I understand they're trying to basically rewrite the TBS title around Mercedes Moné, which is fair for what it is, but hopefully they don't fuck it up. But no pun intended. No, excuse my language. But the truth of the matter is that was probably, even though it was not a bad match, on the list of matches that night, that was the one, if I had to choose, the one I least enjoyed. Not because they weren't good wrestlers, but because it didn't feel like there was a point to all of it. It felt like it was just more an excuse just to have Monet bring out 9 belts.
But I mean, I was just like, you really had to take out really like all the British soldiers carrying your fucking belt, and like, I was just like,
like I said, I have gotten past that. They obviously like are burning every single belt collector bridge they can find. But the problem I have is that, yeah, she has these belts. She doesn't talk about the places she stole them from. Like, she does not put these companies over. Like, she does, like, she can't, like, have you heard her mention Rev Pro one time?
No. I haven't even heard her say anything about Rev Pro.
Yeah, and like all these belts she got from these other places, you would think she'd at least, because I think when Kenny had his multiple belts, he talked about each one he took. So I mean, it's just like I said, she's the question mark. Even though I do like her, I just really question how they're booking her. And if it's what she wants, that's fine. I just feel like it does not do her character any justice to just being like a random 9-belt person, but randomly picking matches. Because who's she going to fight now?
I mean, I think when it comes to TBS, the other last option would be Windsor at All Out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because there's nobody else.
But then again, but what's the through line? Is there a storyline, or is it going and this is the only thing I have, like, you had a perfect opportunity to kind of start that rivalry at Forbidden Door, and you didn't take it. So, like I said, that's the match that I'm most concerned about. Like, even though I still think it's trash, and this is a spoiler for you guys, that Wardlow takes out Nana, a Swerve Wardlow feud, I am not mad at.
But remember, the thing is that Swerve and Will Ospreay will be out for a minute because they're both going to be having surgeries. Swerve because his torn meniscus he never fixed, so he needs to fix that. And you have Will Ospreay that is having the neck fusion surgery because it's the neck fusion with the spinal cord. So they're going to be out for a cool minute. The reason I was saying it too yesterday on the Forbidden Door after, like as I said, the reason these guys held back because they were like the ones that were holding AEW to its platform to where it was at the last year and a half.
Yeah.
stories that we're telling. So they held back of their injuries of getting it, healed up, and waited till the others came back from their injuries. So not everybody's back fully, and now there's actually stories now in place for the remaining years without them two. It makes a lot of sense, and kudos to them because they fucking held it down.
Mm-hmm.
There is one person though.
Do not say Darby Allin.
No, I'm not even talking about him. I'm talking about, you mentioned Wardlow. There's one guy. That's if he's ready, and I don't know if he is. I don't think he is, but it would have been great. This could be a great unexpected turn if it does happen. This is a whole Prince Nana Wardlow attack. And who will make his return? Who am I? Keith Lee.
Oh, that's right. He is due back. Well, I mean, it's possible.
I mean, yes. I mean, who knows? To me, Mario, what's up, Mario? What is going on, Mario? And Rusty, no, that was happened earlier this afternoon. Ben, what is going on? Of course, appreciate everybody for. It feels like to me, she will break Ultimo Dragon's record of 10 titles. I think so, probably.
And here's the problem I have with that. See, here's the problem I have with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just have it like, and honestly, Lance Storm talks about this. It's nice to have so many belts, but at a certain point, your own belt gets buried under all that because all it is just a bunch of stuff you have on you. It's like having 9 rings and one of them's your wedding ring. Like holding them up, you go,
That's
okay,
fucking legit.
Yeah, so basically, like all they see is just a bunch of rings. They don't see the main promotion's belt,
right?
In this case, and part, like I said, part of the problem is the booking for her because she does not book in a sense that she talks about all of these titles, or at least not. Obviously, you can't do a promo. You talk about all 9 titles every single time. But you can mention one of the promotions a couple of times during every other promotion.
I mean, remember the only belt that she really mentioned at the time before she lost it was the Strong title.
Yeah.
That was the only fucking belt she mentioned. And we know why, because, of course, the partnership with New Japan and AEW.
Yeah.
Of course, I mentioned that shit.
But these are not partnerships. These are
right.
These are literally just like a borrowing library. Like, can you
what the fuck are you going to the library? Hey, let me rent this book out. Give me this book. Give me this belt. I
mean, how else would you describe it? Like we talked about it. I do not like when an outsider from a promotion takes a belt, but does nothing to but keeps it for an extended period of time.
No, I agree.
Just for the sake of keeping it versus actually like defending it in the promotion.
I agree.
Like, remember when Nick Aldis lost the NWA title? He lost it to Cody. Cody won the win because his dad won the belt. Mm-hmm. They let Cody keep that shit for a month. And then he lost the title back to Aldis. So the NWA title went on a little tour and then came back home. These 9 belts, how long has Mercedes Moné had them? Almost a year?
Almost a year, yeah. Almost a year.
And not one mention of the promotion? Not one mention of that's not true. They will mention when she wins it, but there is no mention from her about
it's only the commentators, but not from her exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, like she's like, for me it feels, and I won't say not in the industry, but for me it feels like she's not putting those places over. They're just like stepping stones onto what she wants to do. Which I suppose is a storyline, but for the love of God, man, at least put their names out there and like they're independent guys. They could use the promotion.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
Yeah, oddly enough, I think he won it. I think he won it at an NWA. He won it at the first All In event.
Yes, the first All In is when he won it against Nick Aldis. Yes.
Yeah, and then he lost it. Then he lost it somewhere else down the line at like an NWA event.
Yes. He lost it at an NWA event. He lost it, and to Nick Aldis, right?
Yeah, he lost it back. Literally, it was like, thank you for thanks, Cody. You can have the belt for about a month, but that shit's coming back soon.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. What about the Jamie Hayter return? Were you happy about that?
Oh yeah. So I do love Betty Rubble coming back. I'm sorry, man. That new haircut reminds me of Betty Rubble.
Betty Rubble. Oh,
she's amazing, and I love her so much. But I swear to God, I can't look at her and not see Betty Rubble.
Okay. Oh man, I never thought about it. He just fucking brought it up like shit. But
although I will say it is nice to see her fighting with those cats again. So, and like they said, what do they call them, Twisted Sisters or whatever they're called, the Sisters of Sin.
No, they're the triangle of madness.
Yeah,
yes.
like first of all, it's a good group, and so I'm really happy. I am, like I said, I'm glad like, because the only thing is the other side needed, I don't want to say a hook, but they needed some kind of bond between them, and I think bringing in Hayter was a good call to kind of link everybody together.
Well, I mean, I think remember, Tekla was the one that injured Jamie Hayter, so that's why they kind of held her back for a while she was, feuding with Queen Amanada.
Mm-hmm.
And now with the return of Jamie Hayter, now they could go to all out that direction, which I think which they can. And I'm happy for Jamie Hayter to be back. But man, I'm telling you right now, man, you want to create titles for create a fucking title for Collision. Do the Women's Collision Championship, or to the Women's TNT title. You already have a TBS title for the women. Might as well just have one for Collision. I mean, the roster stacked, man. I mean, and I like what Tony Khan said in the post media conference. He's gonna have the Continental belt in of course in Europe. I'm excited for that. Man, it's gonna be so much. I'm happy for AEW what they're doing now. I'm glad they really turned it over completely. What we thought they were the.
I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're just wrestling. They're putting on a wrestling show, and they're not worried about counter programming. They're not worried about trying to be WWE. They're just doing themselves.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. David, it already happened, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You could see it yourself. I'm not gonna do that for you. Or go back and watch Raw, Tom and Good Tom. And benefits. You can watch it right there. They'll tell you. All right. So what about now let's talk about Adam. Hangman Page and MJF. You say you were impressed with that matchup, right? You were impressed.
It was probably my favorite story of the night.
But I knew Mark Briscoe was going to show up. Even though he didn't do much.
Well, but I think that was the best part. They made Mark Briscoe part of the story, and it wasn't a one-off, but it was a genuine thing. Not to mention the fact that Mark Briscoe said the one thing he wanted to do is he wanted to work with MJF.
And they're finally going to do it.
Yeah, so they, like I said, so once again, this is Tony booking. This is like I said, this goes back to what we said. We enjoy this type of booking.
Yes.
Wrestling's not the most complicated. It ain't Shakespeare. We ain't trying to make Othello here. It's literally two dudes who hate each other, and we just need to believe in the reason they dislike each other. And like I said, the Hangman looked great as a champion. So did, like I said, MJF being that asshole was great, and Mark Briscoe coming out to do right by himself was perfect.
Oh yeah, I liked it. The only thing, Bryce Rember did kind of fuck up, and really, right towards the end when you see MJF, I'm gonna take his foot off the rope, and you just rush quick. No, wait, his foot is on the rope. What the fucking Bryce Rember? But I mean, I get it. It was a good matchup. And also Tony Khan mentioned too on the post media conferences now that those cash-ins are no longer going to be that way anymore. They have to do it in a week in advance, to book, to pretty much cash in their contract so they could book the match in advance. So he said for both men and women, he said. So I was like, all right, Tony Khan, I'm impressed with you. All right. Look, man, I got to give it to him. I don't know who got it to his head. I just don't know who got it to his head. Somebody got it to his head. And now he's doing great. I got to give it to Tony Khan. He's doing fantastic. Looks like Pepsi Phil's internet went downhill. He should be back shortly. But, man, I mean, what can I say, folks? I mean, the event was great. Did enjoy the, of course, Zack Zombie versus Nigel McGuinness. Really enjoyed that. That was amazing. Man, what else can I really say? The whole event was great. Love it, even with Hardy Cameron as well. Did everything great. Okay, now he's back. There he is.
Yeah, that was weird. Sorry about that, y'all.
No, you're good. But the Hangman MJF, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that one. Now, the main event, the lights out match. Fuck, man.
So here's the thing about
Here's
the thing about the lights out match. And like I said, I think I might be a little too old school for this. But I said there was a certain point where the match was going on, and I was like, for fuck's sake, what else can come next? Now, do not get me wrong. I was thoroughly entertained through the entire match, but I kept thinking to myself, and now what? But and I guess that was the point they're looking for. So I wasn't bored watching it, but there was a certain point where I was just like, this just feels unnecessarily gratuitous. I literally was like, God damn. But yeah, I will say this. The gimmick for Rod and Todd, the fact that they have stuck with that gimmick for as long as they have, honestly, while I did not like the EVP angle they were doing, the broke EVP storyline, I enjoy. Because honestly, they are genuinely playing to the crowd, and they have included it across the entire spectrum for all the wrestlers. Like the scene where like Moxley goes in and gets stat her $100,000 when Harley Cameron couldn't do it on the collision before that is great. The insufficient funds is amazing. Like I said, I think this is a subtle gimmick, but I think honestly it's a really smart gimmick. And like I said, I have not been a big fan of the Young Bucks. We have talked about this before. Mm-hmm. But this gimmick makes me think, okay, yeah, this is pretty good.
Oh, man, but can you tell me what the fuck? Okay, the event was great, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Gabe Kidd, because Gabe Kidd went through some that one him and Darby to that table. It was scary that moment because you got to give it to Gabe Kidd took most of that impact, and I was like, oh my god, I cringed because his head was whiplash in the fucking floor, and I was like,
yeah,
oh my god.
I'm telling a lot of you, I was actually skeptical to have Gabe Kidd, considering the fact that I realized that he was out because of the G1, and I was not sure he should be back in this because it was actually the G1's only been like he was only taken out of the G1 for what, like 2 weeks, and like that was
because he only wrestled one match in the tournament. He wrestled two.
Yeah, and he tried to and he forfeited several matches just so he could get better. He couldn't get better in time. So I actually questioned him being out there, but he looked great and he seemed to be fine, and he took a hell of an ass whooping.
Yeah, he took one hell of an ass whooping, but I gotta give it to everybody. They did amazing. I'm so happy for them.
I will say this, however, when this New Japan contract is done, he's at AEW in a goddamn minute. He's at here's the thing. There is no reason unless he chooses to stay in New Japan, and because he likes being a Bullet Club war dog.
Yes, he does.
Truth be told, there is no reason why Tony Khan shouldn't say, "How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?" Oh, that's true. That is very true.
I mean, let's face it. Gabe Kidd has come through for AEW several times already.
Yes, he has. That is correct. Yes, he has. That is very true, and he has for sure. And it just, oh man, Darby did great. Everybody did great. Cody Bushi did great. Cody Bushi just scared me on the part when he took that DDT in the ring side of the side of the ring when I think it was Nick Jackson gave him a DDT. His baby bounce right there. Man, Darby with that taking that fork in his ear kind of remind me of when it was Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. I think Redeemer said that on yesterday. Said the same thing. But there's one thing that I did not like about the ending of this.
Was it the gummy bears?
No, the gummy bears. I'm like, I would have ate that shit myself. I'm like sour gummy bears. I'll eat it. Shoot them over here. Pepsi Phil, why are they taking forever when he closed the gate? You know, Osprey was leaving already. He's like, all right, saying his goodbyes because he said he's gonna have surgery, and then they closed it. They were beating his ass, and his team were outside. Like, really? While Maria fucking Shafir was climbing the fence on the other side, why couldn't they do the same shit? Why did they have to wait until the fucking cage was raised up? That was the only thing to critique.
So here's the interesting thing.
Okay.
This has always been the funniest thing I love about wrestling. Okay. And this is not reserved to any company. This is reserved to either AEW or WWE.
Okay.
They do not know how to time shit.
That's the problem.
Their timing is terrible. Not because they don't know how, in the sense they don't think to. I feel like they plan for stuff, but then the match happens and all shit goes out the window.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Because like a lot of times, so it's weird. Like the wrestling chemistry between everyone was great. The timing was good. But when it came to like which spots should come at which time, they felt like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing this now. Or, oh shit, he just did that. That means I have to do this. And I don't think it's anybody's fault but the nature of the beast. It's a live promotion and it's live acting, and sometimes shit goes crazy. Because even when I was watching my favorite match, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel, they looked really, really awkward for the first few minutes of that match. Like they were just trying to get used to each other, because like everything they had thought about or rehearsed beforehand, they looked like they completely forgot at one point.
They probably did, or they were just like, "Oh, we still got enough plenty of time," because they only had a certain time.
I think it's the problem is that they were really excited about the match and they fucking forgot. Like I think they were in the middle. Because they would literally be in the middle of moves and they would kind of trip or slip on something, and it isn't like it was a botch. It was genuinely like, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to do this." But they got so excited to both be in London fighting for a title together. I think that's a lot of times. I don't think it's a botch in a traditional sense, like they didn't know what they were doing. It was a botch in I'm way too fucking excited and I need to slow down. Which literally, but if you'll notice, after that, like after the first few minutes, they finally calmed down enough, and that was just that for me, that was a classic right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, no.
All I would have needed is for like Zack Sabre Jr. or Nigel McGuinness to break out the Garvin Stomp, and I've been happy.
And shout out to Anthony McMillan Jr. What's going on? ABJ podcast post. Make sure you guys subscribe to him and check out our fans right there from AB. Of course, the man, Mr. ABJ. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you for tuning in. You also had a doubleheader too as well, and yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to ABJ. David Burns is like this is laughing his ass off. I mean, it was a great event. I'm excited. I'm happy they have stories input and stories heading into All Out now, which they got about within the next pretty much All Out is what, September? Is it September 27th?
Yep.
Right. So they got basically a month for them to go ahead and get this situated, and really. They already got stories already in place for heading into All Out, so we're already seeing that. It maybe a couple of them will be repetitive, but it's telling a story. And instead of being like all last minute type of booking and last story, probably with other matches we may see that, but at least we know the main ones already set. For sure, we're gonna see Adam Hangman and MJF Part 2 for sure it could happen. Unless they add Mark Briscoe to that story, be a triple threat. I don't know. There's so many scenarios they could do with that situation. Now with the Copeland and Christian Cage, they can probably try to get a tag team title shot. And let's say they don't win it because FTR gets involved. They're frustrated. And there you go. We're going to have FTR versus, Copeland and Christian Cage at All Out since they are in Toronto, Canada. So that has to happen for sure. We got Hurt Syndicate too.
That is FTR's dream match, by the way.
It is. It is absolutely their dream match. And you know what else is a dream match for you too? This is another dream match for you. Is this man who's not just only psychotic, but he is.
By the way, if you're dreaming about me, I feel sorry for you. What's going on, people? Phil! I love you, Phil. I love you.
Yeah, my favorite client.
If I had a penny for every time I gave him $3.99, I could buy this house.
This is what happens, folks.
That's notorious math.
No.
What's going on?
Man, we appreciate you, ABJ. Don't even worry, brother.
I said something to you in the chat, but hey, ABJ, what's going on, man?
Door invited. I could talk AEW. Oh, for sure, brother. That's for sure. Oh man. But then we have Hurt Syndicate now feuding with fucking what the fuck's his fucking team's name? What is it?
Rubino?
What is it? Ricochet and Gates of Agony? What is the group called now?
Do they
have a group name?
I have no idea. Honestly, they just keep calling them.
Help us. Do they have a name? I don't think they have a name.
Yeah, they just call themselves Ricochet and Gates of Agony.
Hey, as long as they're not the Koopa brothers, like fucking Axel Andretti.
You know what they call them? You know what they call them? The Gates of Aha!
Oh God, no, not the Gates of Aha! No.
Nobody said I couldn't say it.
Oh God.
You can't sue me. See, I learned, Phil.
Thank you.
Oh man,
I tried.
All right. I mean, shit. I mean, those are the buildings, the stories that we're heading into All Out that we're getting by far, and there's more to tell coming for All Out, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna build for it. We still got who's next to fight Timeless Tony Storm. Are we gonna get a rematch between her and Athena? That's the biggest question. And for sure, we gotta see Alex Windsor versus Monet for that TBS championship.
So I actually think, first of all, Athena's finally on a regular AEW roster. So at some point, she will have to lose the ROH title.
Remember, she's defending it at Death Before Dishonor versus Mina Shirakawa. So
yeah,
it's going to be on AEW, right?
Yeah. so either way, she will be losing that title, and someone from ROH will get it. I don't think it's bad that Mina gets it because she does need something to do, and I think she would be fine as a ROH champion. So yeah, and if Athena comes to AEW, I don't think she should have a rematch against Toni Storm. I think it was a great match for what it is, but I'd let that percolate for a little bit and let her sit on it for a little bit. Like having it be like a Mariah May situation where they go back and forth. It feels a little feels boring.
Seafood, Henry, whatever you want to call yourself.
Shout out to Lauren. What's up, Lauren? She's like, I don't give a fuck about.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
Ricochet.
You don't even go here.
I know that Lauren is like, what? Ricochet? No.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
So here's the thing. I do feel bad for Ricochet. He's a good wrestler, and they've been trying to figure out something to do with him for years. And it feels
sorry to interrupt you. Thank you, Rusty.
Nobody
wants to see.
I'm never saying it again. I'm never saying it again, Rusty.
I'm never saying it again, Rusty. I'm not saying it no more. No more of that Thank you, Rusty. Shout out to Rusty for the 25 right there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rusty. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. So I don't, like I said, I don't think so, but I'm waiting out. The women's right now for AEW, the landscape for the women's wrestling is probably the most interesting. I am curious to see what comes next because they have, like you said, they only have 2 women's titles, and they have a shitload of women talent.
Well,
and whether he goes through with this tag tournament, because at this point, the bullshit about everybody too hurt before I start was bullshit then, and it's bullshit now. At this point in time, you got enough talent who are willing, and you just had a pay-per-view. You showed you have enough talent to run a tournament. So I think right now, if it's me, we are doing a female tag tournament that leads into the next pay-per-view.
Okay, you don't think by what we see, Wrestle Dream, or you think probably by World's End, or or you have Full Gear as well. I forgot Full Gear too.
Truth be told, they don't have Full Gear is what? Are they 3 months away or 2 months away?
I think 2 months away. I think it's in November. Let me double check.
I don't know if they have enough people for a tournament to go until November. They definitely have enough to go for a month.
Okay.
But then again, I don't know. Truth be told, we don't know where that women's roster is. He can be pulling people from everywhere.
I don't know. There's too many nalgas in both of the fucking Dynamite.
There's never too many. Never.
No, hell no. And then, yes, again, shout out to Ben. Happy birthday, Ben. That's right. Yes, shout out to you, my brother. And yes, I know, Christopher. I know you want that. I know, and I get it. You
like
will
get your like they are, like I said, they're already a tag team. So, like I said, there's your first one right there.
Right.
So you do have, like I said, you do have enough. Truth be told, it'd be a fine time to bring back Britt Baker for all that. Just saying.
I mean, okay, so they got All Out, Wrestle Dream October, Full Gears in November, and then you have Worlds in December.
Yeah, they can't do it. So I don't know if they can stretch out a tournament till September, till World's End.
No, I don't think so either.
Maybe in between 2 of the pay-per-views, but I don't know if they go that far.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention Camille is due back at some point.
But when the fuck is that? She's like, I don't know. How long
she left for a pack of cigarettes 6 months ago and ain't been seen since.
She took Tony Khan's wallet. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you a pack of smokes and a fucking wine bottle. And
she promised.
Can I get a couple dollars? I gotta go get some cigarettes. I'll be back in a minute. 6 months later.
You promised a carton of milk. I ain't seen her since.
Where the hell you been?
I went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom for 7 months. My zipper got stuck.
ABJ, if you're still on, brother, send me a message on social media, bro. I'll send you the link if you're still watching, ABJ. So let me know. So, Vittoria, is any final thoughts do you want to give on Forbidden Door? Any other final thoughts?
I mean, nothing that I haven't already said. It was a tremendous show with some weird moments in it, especially that ending. Like it would have been just fine for them to sign off after everything went down, and Will Ospreay is waving at everybody in London and saying, "I'll miss you guys." Like we all knew that was it for Ospreay for a while. And they just had to do that whack segment where the Death Riders are beating their ass, and you got 9 people, including Powerhouse Hobbs, who could have literally done a Mark Henry and just ripped the damn door off, sitting outside the cage, which, by the way, is open at the top, going, "Let us in." For 10 minutes.
We just talked about that.
Marina's climbing the cage on the other side, and the rest of them are over there going, "Let us in."
We did just talk about that a little before you got on. You think you saw, like I said, They book a good match. Sometimes timing for the spots is difficult.
Oh my God, bro! Like, but that was completely unnecessary. It was completely. I'm not saying I loved Forbidden Door. Heatwave was good from what I saw of it too, because I didn't catch all of it. I apologize, guys. It's been a whirlwind of streams for me these last few days. This is the fifth. This is the fifth since Saturday. Okay, I don't have time to watch nothing. I'm constantly on this channel, so unfortunately, I didn't get to see it all. But Heatwave, from what I saw, was great too. I can't knock either one. That was my biggest beef. My biggest beef was like, you do not need to do this. You don't need to do this, Will Ospreay. You don't. We know. It wasn't like Okada was Swerve, where at the end of the match he's beating on his leg and everything. Like, yeah, okay, that's cool. We wrote him off TV. I get that part. But when Will Ospreay is standing in the middle of the O2 Arena in London and waving to people, chanting his name and saying "I'll miss you" and blowing kisses, there's your end. You don't need nothing else. Just cut. Just cut. We're done. Cut, print, over.
Oh yes.
It was an amazing night. Like even the unsanctioned match, just oh my God! Like my son was the living embodiment of my inner bingo hall kid in that match. He's jumping up and down, he's screaming and shit, and that literally inside me, I've got the same thing happening. So it was a wonderful night. I can't knock any of the matches. They were all quite good. There were just a couple little spots between that and the MJF and Hangman match where the ref gets knocked out and you see the foot on the rope and Max just keeps fucking around, do whatever. He doesn't bother to take the foot off the rope until it's too late. It's like, Max, if you're so much goddamn better than me, how did you not have two brain cells to rub together that goes, I should move this foot and cover him before the other ref get here?
Because timing is terrible in pro wrestling. It does not matter which promotion you at. Timing is terrible because someone goes.
I mean, he stood in the ring. He stood in the ring for like 10 minutes, just looking at the situation. Like, me not know what to do here. Like Captain Caveman, move the fucking foot.
There was even a footage of Kota Ibushi punching.
In Max's defense, he was hitting the head several times.
I mean, I guess, but it was just there were a couple of moments. Other than that, the show was great, top to bottom. I wasn't even that mad that Mercedes won. That's how good that show was.
Wow.
And my final thought: shout out to Persephone. That woman was amazing in that TNT title match. Her and oh, I keep forgetting the name of the Bozilla.
How are you going to forget Bozilla?
I don't know. I always want to call her Godzilla, and I know that's wrong.
Bozilla.
You got to remember, I've been hit in the head a couple of times too. So things tend to fall out. But Bozilla,
first of all,
my God, they impressed the hell out of me.
At 21 years old, she is going to be amazing when she gets to be a little more seasoned.
She's been in Stardom for what, like 2-3 months?
Three.
And she's incredible, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And she's only been wrestling for 3 years total. And she's been in Stardom for 3. They picked her up from Germany 3 months ago.
That is international Billy Starks, like so young, so talented, so much thicker, by the way, respectfully, including Persephone on that one. Good Lord. I think I found my side piece in Persephone. Sorry, baby. She goes, no, she's hot.
Well, the funny part about that is, like I said, I enjoyed that match, but honestly, it was a really great spectacle. No pun intended. Mm-hmm. But I was like,
it was an attraction.
Yeah, well, the question is, what are we doing here? Like, what is the point of this match? Like, what's the fallout?
I didn't care. The fallout is I get to see all these thick thighs and all these cheeks bouncing around, and then Mercedes is in there too. But I can avoid that.
Well, we talked about it. Like, Alex Windsor looked amazing, whooping the shit out of everybody. And then, like Persephone, which honestly, I've only seen her on YouTube clips, and I thought she was great. So, and Bozilla, I'd never heard of.
I'd never seen Bozilla.
The moment I saw that match was over, I was on YouTube going, I need to see what else this
I was
chick
Googling her during the live stream and like looking her up. I'm like, what? She's only been in Stardom for like 3 months. She's only been doing this for a couple of years. Holy shit, this woman is great.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. My dream match is seeing Bozilla beat the shit out of Sky Blue.
Damn!
That would be kind of fun. I know Chris is probably gonna get mad at you, but that would be kind
I
of
know, Chris. I'm sorry, but look, Sky Blue's little ass against Bozilla makes me happy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Byron. I'm sorry, Brandon Cutler. I get used to that. Byron, I couldn't agree more with that statement, man. I couldn't. Even the main event with Cheeseburger, I mean Javon and Obafemi was absolutely competitive until Boy got yeeted out of the ring. I felt so bad for that man. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, he's dead. Oh God. Oh, but just let him get counted out. Don't do no more. And then he takes
First of all, so I did see the clip of that one, and I'm like, that is the only problem I had with that Javon versus Obafemi match. There is yeet potential, the likes of which Javon could end up in the stands.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was having little Bam Bam and Spike Dudley flashbacks.
Yeah.
Remember? I thought he was going to head directly into the crowd, get surfed the fuck out of the ring, and that was it. That was over. NXT done. Because you know, Heatwave was originally an ECW pay-per-view name.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe they were going to do a callback, and Oba was just going to eat him like Bam Bam did Spike, and they would surf him out, and that would be that.
Yeah,
as like a tribute. But instead, poor Javon gets killed at that announce table.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I kept thinking of was
like, shit, he bounced there too. That's a good gimmick right there, Javon.
Remember when Keith Lee hit Adam Cole so hard he got launched? Like you sit there going, I ain't no human body should be able to
pounced
do that.
Adam Cole, and Adam Cole went into like the other side of the arena.
You literally saw his soul leave him when he landed.
Right?
Like,
that was the exact moment.
Not
today. Oh my God.
Not today. I'm quitting this wrestling.
Somebody check Javon's pulse as they go off air. This boy's dead.
But the thing is, though, watching, like, seeing the clips for that match, I do love Javon. I appreciate them giving him. That's a good spot to give that kid. Like I said, he's great. It's a good push. But I just kept thinking, Obafemi's going to kill you, son.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said last night, dude. Ask OPC. I said the same thing. It's like, look at these two. Oba's going to kill this boy.
But again, he had heart.
Oh, no, he had
he
a
had
heart. And I see a ton of potential in Javon. Don't get me wrong.
100%.
Maybe you got to put a little weight on. Like, I'm bigger than you, and I'm a string bean. So maybe you need to put a little weight on, eat a few cheeseburgers, get that gym, something. I don't know.
I mean, even Kyle Fletcher put on some muscle.
Right.
Oh, no, he needed
Ken
to.
Doll got in the gym.
Mm-hmm. First of all, can we talk about Kyle Fletcher's outfit when he came out?
Oh, God.
I was saying he was trying to do like an HBK thing with the glasses, but he just looked like an old granny. He had like glasses with a chain on him around his neck and shit.
Yeah, I'm a little different. God bless him. I wanted to hate that outfit, but I kept looking at it going, that's some bull. Oh shit, that look all right. And every time he kept walking past,
I'm just saying he also kind of had grandma's glasses on.
Oh yeah. It was like grandma decided I want to be an HBK fan one last time in my life.
I don't know about you, Pepsi Phil, but I was kind of mad at the Outrunners because they went from Newports to Marlboro Light. I'm a menthol guy, so when they had the Newport outfits, I was like, yeah, they go to Marlboro Light.
When you classy making money, you can get off of Newports.
I won't know nothing about that, you know.
I'm just saying, once you start making money, you can go up to Marlboros. Everybody know Newport's the stankiest of cigarettes, and they the cheapest. No offense, Newport, but
they charge you money for them.
I think I just fucked up our Newport because our Newport backing, if we got any.
Nia and Bo could happen in about 2 years if WWE pick her up. It's true if they pick her up too, but I think we want more Persephone to be picked up because she's a great star, and I've seen her
was awesome.
before.
I think I'm with you. I think Persephone. If I had to pick the order, like Persephone would probably be next in line to get taken because she has, like she's got a great presence. I like her in the ring. She's got chemistry with everybody, and seeing her work, she's great. And I
want
think
to talk about outfits, them pants with the thighs hanging out. Happy praise them. Praise the thighs that touch.
So,
what about Chipper?
But yeah, like I said, but again, I really want. Like, I think at this point, I became a fan of Bozilla, and I'm looking for her shit in Stardom at this point. So,
I think she's in a faction, but I don't know what faction she's in. But
I know she's.
I get that far on Google, so I don't know.
I think she might be. I think she might be beefing with what the hell's her name? I call her CK. I call her CK Swole, aka CK Swole.
You talking about AZM or you talking about Mumble?
No, not AZM. AZM's also on that list, but I don't think Bozilla's like in there long enough.
Not Mumble Watanabe because she just won the
No, it's she also has like a similar ring attire as well. But
I think I know what you're talking about. I forgot her fucking name though. Fuck, I forgot.
Y'all are hilarious. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Forgive me, my eyes are a little blurry. Like I said, fifth stream 3 days.
But NXT was a great event. I think it was great. That's another one that did great. You know, seeing Blake Monroe got her win, beating Jordan Grace, seeing Miss Parker, seeing Miss Parker. Right. Oh man.
And so the NXT has the one thing that I think that people need to talk about.
Cake?
Well, that is not something you need.
What do you mean?
Everybody already talks about that.
That face.
That's why it's right here.
Miss Parker.
Respectfully.
Oh, by the way, it was Senka. It's Senka Akatsuki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could barely even say that girl's name. So
yeah, she's 9, but she started when she was 19, so she's just as young. So
it's like everybody's Billy Starks in Japan. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Roxanne Perez started when she was 13. Like, Jesus. Where your parents?
In Japan, they train in ring as soon as they're old enough to wear diapers. They walk, they train.
Wasn't Kenny's first match a 9-year-old girl?
Yes.
So,
but may or may not have been Riho.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's not. The thing is that I don't know what it is between NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. NXT seems to be the easier matches to book. And pay-per-view wise, and I do not understand what the difference is because it's basically being run by the same person. Or because here's the thing, they basically have the same amount of matches in their pay-per-views, basically the same amount of. I'm not going to say the same amount of talent, but just the equal amount of talent. And but I do not know what the difference is because I will watch an NXT pay-per-view and be happy as fuck.
But difference is one eye going that way and the other eye's going that way. That is a difference.
Yeah, we know that. But I mean, if we're really looking for a difference, I think that the main roster is paid attention to by another group involved in WWE, and NXT is kind of left to fend for themselves and given some guidelines. Because that's exactly what it felt like last night. I mean, we had what was it, like a 6-match card?
And
it was over in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
that is not your typical NXT pay-per-view, but it felt like somebody came to old Walleye and said, okay, you got this time frame, book your pay-per-view, and walked out.
But truth be told,
with other brands under the WWE banner, I think we have another entity kind of pulling the strings and saying this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I agree. And the funny thing about the NXT show is that even though they had those tight constraints, it still felt like a solid show. Granted, I only saw part of it, and I actually only saw it just before I came on here. So, but I did catch a couple of recaps from it, and according to the recaps, it looked like it was a tight, well-scheduled show, like no fluff. or any like random promoting or random commercials and that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm pretty sure there probably were.
I mean, the only thing is just that the only thing that you missed out on this is that now, since the Speed title is no longer on X, on Twitter, they now made it official to bring it to NXT. So now there are additional titles.
And that makes perfect sense, honestly. That makes perfect sense because that makes your really new people, that gives them a shot at the belt. And I really do appreciate that. Also, shout out to a big old ego Ethan. Shout out to that mother,
the candy cane man.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Ethan Page is the type of dude that if I had a daughter, I put in my will that if she marries him, she don't get shit. That's who Ethan Page is. That's who Ethan Page is.
Cold-blooded.
That's
that is why I appreciate Ethan Page, because he bring, like I said, we talk about this, he bring old school 80s villainy back. Right. Is he going to try to bulldoze your rec center? Yes. Yes,
I swear, all he needs is a handlebar mustache, and he would be like a vaudevillain villain.
Exactly.
Instead of railroad tracks.
And like that's why I thought it was genius to put him with Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
But even though they thought, "Ooh, 2 Canadians, sweet."
Oh, you guys are from Canada. Work together.
I mean, it worked for the Hurts.
There was one night where Chelsea came in and Sean saw all ego over here and Chelsea over there, and he went, "Ooh!"
That's what happened
he was looking right here in the same direction. It was just,
I will also say, even though people might think it's a step down, putting Chelsea on NXT keeps her relevant and keeps her visible.
I agree.
Because she is a great personality, and truth be told, in SmackDown and Raw, she'd be buried all the time.
Oh, well, yeah, there is that. But also, if we're being honest, NXT lost a lot from the women's division recently.
Yeah.
So taking somebody like Chelsea and putting her back into that situation when she doesn't have a lot going on to kind of fill in that gap, very wise choice.
Yeah, I mean,
what else is Chelsea going to do outside of ask for the manager or walk around with her clip? At least right now.
Yeah.
So it made a lot of sense. Is all. It was to me it was a very good choice.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, even though we all been making fun of him, give credit to Shawn Michaels, man.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels, he's doing a hell of a job down there. I mean, not gonna lie, even though they say he's calmed down, those kids been doing some insane shit and going, I feel like it's Sean's fault. Like, I feel Michael Higginbottom's like, I'm not saying you should do it, but in my day, I jumped off of 2 ladders on top of a man named Razor.
Right. I'm not saying you should do it, but if I was that big, I'd yeet that motherfucker through the announce table.
I feel like that's how every conversation here starts. I'm not saying you should do it, but when I was doing it.
It's like every conversation is the one part in that Nelly song. It's like, I'd yeet him through the announce table. I'm just playing, unless you're going to do it.
Exactly.
That's NXT.
Oh, yes. And yes, Rusty, I agree. But one thing, too, that, Christopher brought up here, too, as well, is Ash Mike Elegance won back the TNA Knockout Champions back to TNA, which I was really happy.
I don't know if you want to hear my take on that one. I don't know if you want to
I want to hear it. Go ahead. The floor is
Apparently,
yours.
this is what it takes for Dana Brooke to win a match in WWE. I'm done.
That was it.
First of all, that is the haterest comment I have ever hated or that I've ever
Where's
seen.
the lie? She was there all that time, couldn't do shit. She was in marriage segments for the WWE 24/7 title, all that bullshit, right? Never got one win. She comes back with a new name and a new gimmick and wins on developmental TV. She couldn't even win a match when she was in NXT herself. This is what it took.
Damn.
First of all, I'm gonna let
you go somewhere and pretend to be Tony Storm to come back and win a title.
Okay.
I'm gonna be CM Punk real quick. Stop me when I'm telling lies.
I will say this. I do agree with the Tony Storm biting off the Tony Storm.
Killed a PC.
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
I will give you that, but I will say she did do good work in that match.
No, she did. She did. Believe me. I always thought she was a decent worker. You know, like I would watch some of her stuff on Main Event and think, why is she not doing something like this? Woman is talented, but my God, she had to go through a lot to get a win on NXT.
I mean, she got dumped by Batista. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Hey, Brandon, what's happening?
What's happening, me dog?
She got dumped by Batista.
Oh, hey, but she's now dating a MMA fighter. She married an MMA fighter, so there you go. So
she gonna be all right.
At least it all worked out. Man. One day, somewhere in the distant future, we're gonna get a whole big movie dedicated to the struggles of Dana Brooke.
Is that gonna be on Unreal?
There you go.
That's gonna be an Unreal. But I mean, shout out to her. She won the belt, and you know, at least TNA got.
Technically, TNA got their belt back. They just put it on a former WWE superstar, and not one of the most decorated TNA knockouts of all time.
It's
kind of a win for TNA. I think it's one more than they had going into this, so you take it.
Truth be told, who else is going to take it? Who else could they give it to at this point?
Masha, give it, let her regain it back.
Well, no, she has to win it on TNA TV.
Why? She lost it on TNA TV. Why don't you go win it in NXT?
That's true. That's very true.
She lost it in a TNA pay-per-view, for Christ's sake.
Mm-hmm.
And now,
developmental talent who had done nothing to that point that they handed a belt to already.
And then we had that. We saw Dark State, or the new tag team champions, defeating Hank and Tank. We did also had Lola Vice winning the one contendership. Now she's going to get her title at No Mercy against JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship.
Hello, Lola Vice.
Lola.
Exactly.
And
that's the type of woman. That's the type of woman I want to pass notes to and be slapped to afterwards.
Oh right? Man, I mean, tell Damian Priest that. I mean, that's already his. He already put his flag right there. Like, hey, we're Puerto Ricans. Let me step my flag right there, girl.
Right.
So that's what he did.
Shouts to Damian Priest. I hope you're punishing that, homie. If you won't, I will.
Smashing it harder than a puzzle on hard.
Here's the biggest question for you both. Now, we got Obafemi. We were talking about that. Great match for Javon. Good. Now we have Ricky Saints not getting involved in this. Now,
about goddamn time.
That's the biggest question. Can he be the one dethroning Obafemi at No Mercy?
No.
Or who should it be?
No, it's not Ricky's time.
I'll be brutally honest, OPC. I don't know who the hell is going to dethrone Obafemi. This man might just take the title, leave it in the ring, and go to the main roster because he's big and that bad.
Look how long it took for a Braun Breaker to lose his title. That man, and the thing is, they had Carmelo and they had Trick and a bunch of cats in there right now who were like viable options to take it, and they were struggling to get that off of him. Like right now, I don't see anybody on that roster. I think Ricky Saints could do it, but I don't know. It feels early for him to get that title. But they did put him in a program with Ethan Page, and that one didn't work out for him. So I mean, they could move him up. Or they could give him the speed title. But I don't know if he's ready to take the world heavyweight title. But again, because he has had a mid-card title before in the past, several.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Ricky Pelican's got a snowball chance in hell against Obafemi. I don't think so. See, it'll be Javon Part 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is Oba going to bounce his ass to the moon this time?
Yes. I mean, honestly, it and I don't even know if it can happen because I don't know contracts and all that shit. But it would be the only way I see Obafemi losing that title is if a guy like Keith Lee somehow walked back in the door and took it from him.
Well,
yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah, you're right.
so there was a close one.
I could see before we talked about it the other day. I could see before John Cena hangs it up, like his very last night, he puts the open challenge out.
Mhm.
And you have Obafemi do what Kevin Owens did, walk in with an NXT title,
Yeah,
John Cena, get on the main roster, and then eventually relinquish the title so they can give it to somebody else.
I'm with Rusty on this one. I think Jasper Troy might be the best option coming up.
But he needs more build. Though.
Yeah, he needs a little more work though.
Yeah, he does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know. I watched his ass on LFG. I know exactly. I know. I saw his first round.
I mean, I guess if you had to move over to the main roster, you wanted somebody that could like legitimately stand toe to toe with him and take it off of him.
Yeah.
Maybe in a pinch, Josh Briggs.
I'll give you Josh Briggs. But this is my pitch for Jasper Troy. Like you said yourself, NXT is still a developmental process.
Right.
If you have Obafemi, the problem is if Obafemi drops it to him, he's got to go to the main roster the next day. Like he can't stay in the division because at that point, whenever he decide to move him up. If you have somebody like Jasper or you ever have Josh Briggs come in and takes the belt, Obafemi goes to the roster next, and then maybe he then does the open challenge to John Cena. That actually might.
I was kind of thinking of it, but a little bit reverse Pepsi Phil. I was thinking he does the John Cena thing, and then comes back to NXT to drop the belt to Briggs, and then he's on the main roster.
Yeah. Okay.
There is one name though that got to my head right now. That I think if they do it to piss people off, I wouldn't mind it. And there is one name that we haven't mentioned, and that is Sean Spears.
Anybody but Sean Spears. Anybody.
I wouldn't mind.
Even Miles Bourne. I'm okay with that. You could have Charlie Dempsey take it off of him. I don't give a shit. You could have Ava finally reveal that she's the Rock and Drag and win the NXT title. Anybody but Sean Spears.
Oh.
You want somebody to win the NXT title? I want to hear Sean Spears is dead, Ty Dillinger lives, and then you could put the title on him. Just like R-Truth became Ron Killings.
I will be honest. As much as I love Sean Spears, the problem I have is that he's been a little lackluster in regards to like personality wise, and him having a championship feels like giving the belt to JC Jane.
Exactly.
I know
you can do it, and it'll be legitimate, but you're sitting there going, "Well, I guess this is what we got."
This is all we got left.
That's true. It's true. I mean,
I guess the cupboard is bare. I don't know. Just put it. Just take that.
But it could make sense if like how they're doing the story with Izzy, Dame, and Tatum Paxley. Like, remember they're gonna probably get eventually. Izzy's gonna win a North American Championship away from Sol Ruka. They can have Tatum going after that speed title, compete in that tournament to get the contendership at No Mercy. And then from there, you have the North American title for the other. Was it Brooke Jensen? And then you have with her Sean Spears to get built up for the main championship. And I see Barry Monkey's comment too, Tony D'Angelo. But I wouldn't mind that either if Tony D'Angelo will get a shot win the belt.
But didn't the family have to help Tony, or did he beat him clean?
No,
I can't remember.
No, he won. He beat him clean. He did. Beat him.
Yeah, he beat him clean.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. Sean's a great trainer, but when it comes to being in ring and on a mic,
honestly, that's a third person who I didn't think about. But Tony D'Angelo has beaten Obafemi. They have had some straight banger matches.
Yeah,
having Tony take that belt would not be the worst option in the world.
No.
I think, and based on NXT's brand, he'd be a great champion for him.
I agree.
I agree. I think Barry Monkey hit it. I agree.
I agree with that.
But I mean, I still hate the mob gimmick. I still hate that mob gimmick. Why does every Italian who comes in have to be part of the mob?
Okay, thank you. Now I'm gonna go take my bio break. I'll be right back.
I feel like it's not necessary.
All right, now let's get into some news, folks. We're gonna get into some freaking news because we got three things of the news. One here that we saw that we didn't have a chance to talk about it because we were not on last week. We were a hell of a busy schedule, especially coming from 24 hours ago, the doubleheader that we had. But we had three major things that happened. Well, four I'll add after this. One is the debut and officially signed with AEW. That is Ace Austin, who is no longer in TNA. Did not resign with TNA. Decided to sign with AEW. He had his matchup in Collision a week ago, and he is officially now signed with AEW. This past Saturday on Collision, you had Isla Dawn made her debut against Megan Bayne, even though she's not signed, but good to see her in the UK making her debut as in AEW now that her 90 clause is already over. As well as there's no 90 clause for this man because this man as well, his contract was not renewed. So be it. And here I am, made his debut at GCW, was involved in the Blackheart and Matt Cardona, Scarlet Border, and Killer Cross. No longer carrying Killer Cross, baby. So we already, and there was the announcement October 10th. He's facing Mark Cardona at House of Glory. So that we're going to see that for sure. So this man is ready to be back on. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for Killer Cross now that he's back in the Indies. So we're going to see a lot from him. I'm excited for Ace Austin. I want to see what they could do with him. I want to see a matchup between him and Speedball Mike Bailey. Give me him versus Kevin Knight. This is where Tony Khan got to do something with Collision. Give him separate the brand. You got a hot commodity, man. You got a roster. You need to split it. I'm sorry. Collision.
Why?
Because what do you mean why? You gotta see this.
This man was on the other side of this back in the days when Punk was still there and he was holding up that title that he had the bag and all that. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna split these brands. This is bullshit. You're bullshit, Tony Khan." Now he's sitting here. Oh, we gotta split the brand.
Now we gotta split the brand.
So here's the problem with splitting. Here's my issue with splitting the brand.
Okay.
I like right now the fact that the two places they work together in unison to get talent on the screen. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that there is rollover from Dynamite because they're trying to sell Collision. And if you want to see a match but the follow-up for it is on Collision. If you make them two separate entities, there's two different shows to watch, but you got to start off cold every single time. For me personally, I don't want to. I like being able to carry shit over. Because that's the reason why I want them for right now. Because here's the thing, they don't have enough people on there. They don't have enough top guys to justify splitting the brand. They don't.
What?
I'm talking top guys, not mid carders who are doing well. Top guys. Legitimately, right now, name the top guys for AEW.
Two of them already out.
Yeah, exactly.
But what did I say earlier? Because they were holding it down for the last year and a half, and now they're like, the other guys are back now.
But you just made my point. Two of your guys just went down. You have what are you gonna do? Do a brand split and give that shit to Don Callis family?
Konosuke Takeshi, baby. He's going to turn face.
You're going to split up the Don Callis family and have two factions of the Don Callis family floating around?
No.
But that's my
got enough to split them up. Don Callis' family got 27 fucking people in it.
Exactly. But that's my point. Like the thing is
26, but you know what I'm saying.
But the thing is, they need to literally like be able to like feed into the next one. Because here's the thing: remember, there was a time where Collision, no one gave a fuck about Collision until they started matching the programming from Dynamite.
Right.
But now you want to put Collision back out there on an island and have Tony be responsible for booking two shows.
Well, think about it, because Collision, first of all, is where everything starts heading into Dynamite. That's where it starts the story from Collision heading to Dynamite. We're gonna have it this Wednesday. This is gonna happen. So he's pretty much, Collision is the platform, the founding of the stories that they have already there Saturday in the 2-hour show. Within that 2-hour show, they're already announcing matches for Wednesday, which he should be fucking doing, instead of waiting on the last fucking minute and starting fucking back, like, oh, this is the match happening in 8 hours.
But here's the thing. But the thing is, that actually goes both ways. Dynamite's where they announce the shows for Collision, but Dynamite is the bigger show. So if you're gonna use Collision, which is a smaller show, to sell Dynamite, or Dynamite, which is the bigger show, to sell Collision, a much smaller show? Like that's where you want to talk about marketing, which makes more sense. Who gets more viewers? Like not many people watch wrestling on Saturdays. It's not old school days like they used to, but they definitely sure as shit watch it on Wednesday. And
I do.
We do.
But Wednesday leading into Saturday was great, because like I'm telling you right now, that Statlander and the Death Rider shit, I don't know where that's going, but that shit is hilarious. Wheeler Yuta right now might be the most entertaining he's ever been.
Okay, fair enough. But I need you guys to just thought about Ace Austin now that he's signed with AEW. So
I mean, good for him.
That's it. Like Pepsi.
The truth is,
wow, Pepsi feels like literally just did this right now.
I don't care.
Thing about it is my question is that it's the same. It's like I said, it's the same thing with everybody who goes to AEW. I'm glad you got put on to a larger brand. I want to see what the fuck you do next.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter, because, like, I mean, we got think about the people that just came, the most recent crop of folks that came in. You got Megan Bain, you got Josh Alexander. Like, truth be told, I am very happy that they're pretty much making more money and they got a bigger spotlight. I just want to see what they do. Truth be told, I am not happy with what they're doing with Josh Alexander.
I'm not either.
So, but at the same time, I was enjoying what they did with Mega Bane until she fucking disappeared and fucked off somewhere.
She reappeared on the 0 hour and in the match with Isla Dawn, like Chris said. But
like I said, the thing about it is that I want to see what AEW does for them. Like Isla Dawn, yes, I'm really excited to see her come in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Ace Austin, excited to see him come in because he does good work. And like I said, he still has that bullet. He does have that Bullet Club connection, and that's a good storyline to play with, because they do enough with New Japan stuff. So actually, it's not a dig. It's just okay, yay. Now what?
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy for Ace Austin. I really want to see what he can do on a bigger with a bigger landscape and a different crop of talent. But I feel like he could be at least a solid mid-card guy, like TNT champion or something like that. And then who knows from there? Like maybe he proves that he's kind of a big deal, wins an Owen Hart Cup and gets a title shot or something. But it at least coming in, knowing that he's there, I could see him being like a solid mid-card guy, which was kind of what he was in TNA, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it is true.
And I even had at least enough time to go back and watch Isla Dawn's debut against Megan Bain, and she looked great. And she wrestled well, but she looked great.
But the thing about Ace Austin is, and this is no disrespect to him, he was better in a tag team with Chris Bay.
Yeah.
He was better in the tag. Like when he was in a tag team with Chris Bay, he was top guy material.
Yeah.
And this is and again, it is it's shitty, unfortunate after Chris Bay. Glad he's doing better. Glad he's physically better. It's going to be a minute before if he ever decides to come back to wrestling. But at the same time, Ace Austin has kind of been floating out there. You're wondering, you look great, bro.
Yeah, I was almost wondering if they could try something to catch that kind of lightning in a bottle with him in AEW. Like, how about we get Ricochet away from the gates of agony and he and Ace Austin run around together?
That, like I said, that would be legit.
BC vibe without absolutely recreating it, and then it would be somebody for Ace to kind of learn from, because Ricochet's been around since before Ace was even fucking born.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, but in regards to Karrion Kross, good for him. Fucking good for him. Like I said, and not because he left, but because truth be told, you cannot be upset with a man who honestly wanted to take care of his family.
Yeah.
I got no problem. Like, I heard the reason. I don't think it was bullshit. And truth be told, he had good precedent for what he asked for. And again, it was for him. And like I said, Scarlett is a wrestler. So even though she's there as a manager, she's still a wrestler. So yeah, him respecting her career enough to go, you know what? We got enough lightning in the bottle right now. We don't need to stay in one place. Right. So that we're both doing well. As far as I'm concerned, good for him. I was happy he showed up on GCW. It was nice seeing him beat the shit out of Matt Cardona.
Oh God, that was beautiful, wasn't it?
Truth be told, if Shotzi Blackheart started hanging out with the both of them, that is a throuple I want to see.
Right. That's Karrion Kross, lucky man, being in the middle of Shotzi and Scarlett. Let's just put that out there, because I feel like that needs to be said.
I mean, I'm not mad at him.
I ain't mad at all.
I'm not mad at all either.
I ain't gonna hate. I'd like to participate.
But if they're forming a connection right now, and first of all, I don't think people understand exactly how hilariously entertaining Karrion Kross is. Yeah. I mean, we're obviously, but the funny thing about it, like, and this will sound terrible. He is, for me, he has been better as Killer Kross than he was as Karrion Kross, because he had to pay too much attention to shit like censors, people's feelings, executive board decisions, and making commentary about people he didn't feel like talking about.
Right.
However, I don't know who the fuck Richard is, but he got called the fuck out on one of his posts.
Richard Holiday.
Yeah, Holiday. Okay, I thought
Richard Holiday.
That's I don't know who at the time. I didn't know who Richard was, but I'm like, dude, he about to whoop your ass.
He Alicia a farts ex.
Yes.
Okay.
The thing about it was, though, he looked dead ass serious to do it too. That's what I was laughing about.
That was some scary shit.
I love it.
That was some scary shit right there.
That was a shoot, as the kids like to say.
Yes.
I feel about Notorious about Killer Kross. Now he's back in the
okay, first and foremost, shouts to Karrion Kross, because the man is a genius. He didn't know if he was walking back in the door at WWE or not. He didn't know what they were going to offer, if he was going to sign the contract. But boy, did he ever parlay that into television appearances, a spot at SummerSlam, then the promotion of his book. So regardless what you think about the man or the wrestler, as a businessman, that is some shrewd shit, homie, and I appreciate you for it. Secondly, like Phil said, when you see the contract and you're not getting what you want, and you know it's not the right thing for your family, I give you all the credit in the world for walking. And seeing him, first of all, anybody that whooped Matt Cardona's ass is all right in my book. when it's Killer Cross doing it, there's just an extra added, extra added little spice to it. You know, it's like buy one get one wing night.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you get a bucket of wings and they're great. But if it's buy one get one, you get twice as much.
Don't get me wrong. I like Matt Cardona, but watch him getting his ass kicked makes me feel good.
I love watching Matt Cardona get his ass whooped. I don't care if it's like when Shotzi did it, I was jumping for joy. When Killer Cross did it, I was absolutely over the moon with it.
When Scarlett punched him in the nuts,
that was beautiful. And then the violin and everything on the Instagram reel and all that shit. I was like, oh, this is gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to see what this man does next.
I mean, when Scarlett punched him in the nuts, I was very excited about that one.
Oh yeah. Please punch him in the dick again, Scarlett. Punch him in the dick. But I mean, I'm as a fan of Killer Cross, I am glad that he is where he is and he's happy and he's already doing some big things, and it opens up opportunities for Scarlett as well, because we know she had been on that roster for who knows how long. WWE was not going to give her that moment. It was never going to fucking happen. She was going to be a manager, and that's it. Yeah. And that is not what the woman wants. Mm-hmm. And anybody that's seen her in a ring knows she's more than capable of pulling off a hell of a match. Exactly. I'm gonna tell you this right now, if you don't know, Scarlett is by far a better wrestler than Mid Morgan, and that bitch got 2 titles. Scarlett ain't got a match. You wonder why I bitch about Mid? That's why. There are people in that locker room, her being one of them for all that time, that don't get to sniff a ring. Meanwhile, Mid Morgan's in every other fucking segment. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. So I'm extraordinarily happy for them. I think they played it the right way. They waited till the last minute. They got everything out of WWE that they could. They built their stock up, and when they saw the deal and they didn't like it, they just went bye.
I mean, and the thing is, I'm glad that I was worried that they had a 90-day thing because people kept mentioning that. And I was
he didn't have it.
I thought they got rid of that 90 days.
They did, but everybody was mentioning that he may have a 90-day clause because he was grandfathered in beforehand. Before they did it. I got it. They did it, so it may have been one of those grandfather things in. So yeah, I'm glad. I mean, God bless him. You know what? Like you said, he's capitalizing on it. Mm-hmm. Like, and unfortunately, Paul Heyman was right once again. The shocker. Paul Heyman said that you think you can get over. Yeah, he said, and the man said, yeah, and he went someplace else and got over.
Yep.
And
you literally saw him getting over, and you let him go.
Yeah.
And then he goes to another place, and it's like he's already booked 2 matches. Like I said, do not be surprised if this man has House of Glory gold on him in a couple of months.
Yeah. And I gotta tell you, I know they were doing their best to try to block it out, but even, because I came from Raw Dogging with Dom straight to this, and even that Birmingham crowd at one point was chanting, "We want Cross."
Yeah,
that's right. And
I mean, what does it say that people go, it's a work, and they don't want to believe that the man's leaving?
Because they want him there that much, but the problem is WWE doesn't want him there that much. Or more specifically TKO. But
I don't think that's the case. What I think is I think TKO cheaped the fuck out on it, and they paid for it. Like, 'cause I think they were like, this guy's a wrestler. He doesn't care about money. He don't know about money. We can just screw him out or whatever you want. Fuck him and his wife. Respect.
I mean, Rusty, I get you. I don't know. It's a tough one, to be honest. It doesn't feel like if it is a work, but let's say if down the line, if it does turn out to be, kudos to them because they did it different. And it's not what it was similar to what we saw from R-Truth's situation. But I still don't feel like it is. I still feel like it's not a work. I feel like it's legit.
No, I don't think it's a work anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it's a work. I think it's...
I mean, if it was just GCW that he was doing stuff for, fine. But House of Glory, you can't get that's a little bit on the edge of wrestling right there. Not that it's a bad place, not in a bad place, but it's like that's like right in the heart of our independent wrestling right there.
That's I finally came to the side of this is not a work anymore. After I saw that shit that he pulled and said, I was like, there's no way WWE is gonna let him cuss his ass off and do all this bullshit and everything somewhere and then bring him back after what he did. I don't think it's a work. If I'm wrong, I will gladly come on here and apologize. I was with Rusty and people for a while, and now I'm thinking like, no, they're done. They're happy to move on, and I hope they do find a good landing spot. And I hope I hope Scarlett does get back in the ring. But I just don't see it being a work. Again, I'll apologize if I'm wrong, but it looks like Killer Cross and Scarlett are now back on the market, and I'm happy for them. I really am.
Absolutely.
I mean, the only real complaint I have is that they won't do it, but I really do think he would do well at AEW. The problem is that there's a certain individual. There's a certain individual he don't want to be around at AEW, and I respect that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We know that.
And for good reason. I'm not going to go any further than that.
Exactly. Yeah, and good reason. So that's
exactly.
Right.
So I respect him not choosing not to do it. But again, there's a world of difference nowadays. There's like 8,000 goddamn wrestling promotions he can go to. Right now, I kind of want to see him do some shit for Rev Pro and PWG.
I hope so. So we might see it. I mean, we already got House of Glory. He's gonna do something. I think. You know where I actually like to see him go? Which if Scott DeMore, call him.
He could do some Maple. If he did Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, I actually think
that could be so good.
That would be awesome.
That could be so good. OPC. I feel you on that. I feel you.
Good shit.
Also, can we talk about Natalia has redesigned herself?
Oh, you want to talk about
and has been a badass, and they're not using it on the main roster.
Oh, we have said it on Raw Dogging. We have said it. We were hoping when she got that Intercontinental title match that's the Natalia we were going to see.
Yeah.
And when we didn't, we were fucking mad because that woman has been kicking ass everywhere else. And then she comes in here and she's still the same bedazzled, whatever that's sitting in catering and hasn't had a title strapped on her in 8 fucking years.
I do not understand that because I want to say it's not a complete transformation, but she lost a lot of weight, put on a shitload of muscle. Basically, is just basically, for lack of a better word, is a work MMA fighter doing blood sport. And I'm sitting there going, "This is literally who you want in your women's division." Like,
exactly.
I don't know why. That I don't. I wish I knew that answer too.
I wish I did, and I wish I would have seen this sooner. But hi, Dr. Nix.
Shout out to our boy right here. Let's hit it.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick. That's right. Shout out to the doc right there.
Yeah, Raw was international today, so it started at 3 p.m. You can see the watch party up already. I was literally sitting here talking to you while my wife was bringing DJ in from a bus.
Gee, okay, hey.
That's right. That's right. And yes, Brendan, I was gonna get into it. You know, we talked about it last night.
Yeah, because we talked about it on Raw Dogging too. You just weren't there for it yet, Brandon.
Yeah, and we just fuck it, might as well, because we were just waiting more for the details of the situation, and we found out more. Now the cops are involved because they're investigating it, and they pulled out. So it looks like it's official. ID is pulling out from Knox Pro Wrestling because of what the fuck happened 48 hours ago at Knox Pro Wrestling, where Roger Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son, very much the whole long story short, of course, this another wrestler pretty much hit him with a beer can because he saw cameras around Roger, thinking that it's probably will work. He probably knows. No, it was he took it serious. Like, no, I'm not working. This is real shit. The wrestler apologized to Rasha. And so he apologized to him. I thought I saw cameras, so I thought it wasn't work. So I'm sorry, I apologize. Cool, all right. Yes, they brought him in to do something with that man that same night. However, with all these different stories, you know, what you're seeing and the camera views and everything, one wrestler telling the other, you know, one of the wrestlers who was in the middle of their situation to calm down, ended up telling, you know, Raja Jackson, hey, man, give him a receipt. Go ahead and give him your receipt. And, you know, we know the definition of receipt. And what occurred? Slammed him down. He was already TK'd and was knocking him out, was punching the shit out of him. And that's where the talent come in. They came in and stopped him. He left Road Rage. He was angry. He got a call from, you know, his agent. And, hey, you know, they saw everything on video. Kick is about to, because obviously his endorsement is Kick, just like his father, you know, has as well, Kick. Mm-hmm. So they're banning him from Kick because of the situation. Now LAP is getting involved in this to find out what happened. And right away, Knox put a statement out that we're sorry about everything, blah, blah. A lot of people are taking different sides. I even saw RBD posted, I'm on Raja's side. And you know, I see, you know, Miro talked about why, you know, that's kind of fucked up. Everybody has their opinions, of course, and their judgment about it. But like I said, you know, we talked about it last night. I feel like at the end, we talked about it off air. But I still feel like at the end of the day, this was blame on all parties. They all fucked up because they did not go through, they didn't go through shit with this guy and tell him, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Well, and this is the plan. Yes, he has anger issues. That you took that risk. You took the fucking risk of bringing that guy if he had anger issues. I don't know the guy. I don't see his kick. I don't. And I'm not
here's the issue I'm having with it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to talk about the issue because that's a legal thing, and they'll hash it out the way they're supposed to.
Oh, they're going to call your ass. They'll turn it off. They're going to be calling you.
Exactly. But the problem I have is that there has been this kind of mentality in wrestling right now that it's about, and I'm not saying that's what they were doing at Knox, but they have this mentality like the idea of bringing in, and for lack of a better word, outsiders into a pro wrestling event is okay, or the idea of mainstreaming pro wrestling for mainstream people to come in and help, quote unquote, help out. Mm-hmm. With all due respect, this was bound to happen. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I traced that shit back from here back to, because as far as I'm concerned, like the only difference between this and Travis Scott was that Travis Scott was literally like it was a work, and this dude did not know what the difference was and did not know how to handle it because again, he's put in a situation where it's like somebody next to him did not school him on what was happening.
There's one more difference, Pepsi Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Scott's daddy never wrestled.
Yeah.
There's my problem with it, first and foremost. You can talk about outsiders coming in, whatever. Rampage Jackson has been in the pro wrestling business. He has worked matches. He has done all this shit. Did he not sit his son down and explain how pro wrestling works before this kid went in? Because I'll tell you what, my kid just came home from his start of his second week of high school. When he was going on his first day, I was explaining to him everything that could happen in high school that I could remember, because I wanted that kid to be ready and know what he was walking into. Mm-hmm. If Rampage Jackson was a pro wrestler after an MMA career, wouldn't he maybe sit his son down and be like, okay, listen, this is what happens in the locker room. This is a shoot. This is a work. This is what they do. This is what to expect. Okay, now go.
I can't put that on Rampage as much as I would. I can't. As much as I agree, as much as I understand fully what you're saying, I think at a certain point that I'm gonna stick with personal responsibility, and it's one of those situations where it's like you said it yourself, someone was egging him on.
That was the bigger part. Whoever the wrestler was in between that told him about the receipt, I think that dude is just as guilty as Raj.
Exactly, and like a situation like that, it's like if you're a pro on any level, you basically go, I think it was a mistake. Calm down. They'll talk to you after the match is over. That kind of situation. Like, that's what you say. And I'm not, like I said, so I can't fully, I mean, I do agree with you that it would have been nice if Rampage kind of prepared him for what was happening. At the same time, however, there's a lot more fault than his. Like, Rampage is like the least of the faults for like that. for not informing him.
Yeah, but then even afterwards, Rampage is talking about, well, my son might not have been in the right frame of mind. He got some concussions in sparring. So if you're willing to give excuses, then maybe you should be willing to explain some of this shit to your son before he walks into it.
In Rampage's defense, it's his son, so of course he's going to say stuff like that. So I can't really argue with that. But what I do argue with is the guy who's told egging him about the receipts. The fact that like they dragged him into it, but and I'm not saying that whoever the referee should have had more control.
He didn't do shit. He was just like letting him getting his ass whooped, and the ref was just like. Whatever.
Well, no, I mean, before that happened, like when they were going to do the bottle spot, someone should have said, "Don't hit that dude," or "Don't hit anyone in the crowd," or "That isn't the dude," or that kind of thing. Like it goes back to the concept of it's good to plan spots, but you need to make sure you understand what you're doing. And honestly, and as much as we have issues with WWE, I hate to say it. It's a good call breaking away because that feels very reckless.
It's extremely reckless. Like if the cops are involved and they're thinking about pressing charges on Raj, and honestly, maybe Pepsi Phil would know this better than me, but the dude that egged him on, that's aiding and abetting, motherfucker. You go to jail too.
Yeah.
But if you got that kind of situation, it's a horrible look for Knox Pro. And I'm sure WWE just like, nah, we don't want nothing. We gonna head out.
Yeah, and this is gonna, and I'm pretty sure Rikishi is pissed off that this happened, and he got to blame his people, his crew, for not controlling it and not really telling what the fuck was going, like how to approach this situation and how to, hey, tell this guy to make sure he follows this type of way. Yeah, that's his crew's fault, and at the end of the day. If I were Rikishi, you're fired. You cool, but you're still fucking fired because you fucked up my shit.
Yeah.
My deal with ID.
Honestly, this shit almost looks worse than that old New Jack Mass Transit bullshit in East.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about too? Bobby Notorious.
Well, the thing about the mass transit thing was, at the very least, wrestling was still the Wild West, so you could do that shit, and it was kind of like lay under the radar. There wasn't so many eyes on it, so you could. So New Jack. I mean, first of all, everybody knew New Jack was New Jack. So
everybody knew. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So, but with this, like, dude,
and we didn't have the technology that we did back
exactly.
then.
What now? You part of the WWE ID program, which is literally their biggest NIL initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's and you know that if you're part of WWE, you got 8,000 eyes on you.
Yeah, and like how seafood, I was gonna bring it up too. That's what I was gonna add to.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right, 100%.
Because Hannibal one too.
Yeah, what was the woman wrestler?
What
was the woman's wrestler who broke that another wrestler?
Oh yeah,
Sexy Star.
Yeah,
that's what she owned
with Rosemary down in Mexico.
Yeah, so
she don't own it anymore. That's where they have a new Sexy Star.
So this stuff happens, does, but like I said. Unfortunately for Knox Pro, there was a shitload of cameras there.
I don't think people are going to be going no more, and that's going to be the worst part. And people are not going to want to go to attend. But I'm pretty sure they're going to do a GoFundMe, which they already have, and I know there are people already giving funds for his hobby, for paying his bills, the hospital bills for the rest of it.
I mean, the thing about it though is the dude was in a coma for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So
if you saw the video, dude is out cold as soon as that slam on the side of the screen is executed.
Yeah.
And then Raj gets on him and just gets the UFC mount and just starts raining shots down. And they don't pull him off till he hits like a dozen or two punches while the dude is out cold already before he even got hit with one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was something that started out playful and then it got petty and then it got dangerous. And it's one of those, because Henry brought up some of these situations, but like even Sexy Star, that was like 15 years ago. And so you see this and then you think to yourself the old adage of like, with all the progress, where's the fucking progress? We try to get substances out of wrestling. We've tried to get dirt bags with the stand-up with the stand-up movement out of wrestling. We've tried to do all this shit, and yet shit like this still happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how this follows up and see what's going to happen. It sucks for Knox because it's such a, I love Knox because Diva Van came from there, and then shout out to Diva Van. It's just they got great talent. It's just with this situation that happened, really put them in a bad situation. Now that it's just like fuck.
Yeah.
Rikishi, I know Rikishi is gonna be he's pissed. He just lost endorsement, and I would have been pissed too. Like me being this is your school, and now your school's in trouble because of this. You brought up quote of celebrity. I'm not saying that he's not. I quote on that because I don't follow the guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, when you brought his name up, I was like, "Who?" And you said Rampage's kid. I was like, "He got a kid?" That's how much I followed.
Yeah,
the one thing I'm pretty sure what'll probably happen is they'll wait for the dust to settle. I think they'll put a bunch of new initiatives in place to make sure something like this doesn't happen. I think Rikishi's going to probably, like you said, fire a shitload of people and rebuild from the bottom up. But I think it'll probably take him a year to get back to where he was.
Yeah, it's going to take. Yeah, I agree.
And I feel for Big Keish because I know he doesn't want shit like this to happen. But when like Phil said, when you bring in those outside influences, yeah, you might get more eyes on what you're doing. You might get more talent that wants to show up, but you could also end up in a situation like this. And so you have to monitor those type of people very fucking carefully.
Yeah.
Like for starters, if I'm in Big Keisha's position, that boy does not go anywhere in or outside my building without some kind of escort to keep him from doing or being involved in some dumb shit like this.
The funny thing about it is, I don't even think Rikishi was even at the event.
He wasn't there.
He probably wasn't
there. He wasn't there.
So that's what I'm saying. At least get somebody to kind of like lead him around and explain to him like wrestlers fuck around. This shit happens. Let's move on. You know, let's get you out of this. Let's diffuse this. Let's make sure we keep somebody near you in the crowd in case something in case one of these knuckleheads told you something.
You know where it wouldn't have happened? ECW.
Oh no, hell no.
Literally, you hit somebody in the head with a bottle, goes, sweet, I got hit in the head with a bottle.
Yeah, right? Like, oh shit, Sandman busted a beer can on my head. Yay!
You know how bad he will.
Because we don't give a fuck. That's Tuesday night in Philadelphia, but apparently at Knox Pro they're a little sensitive.
That will get checked by the ECW roster. That's for sure.
Yeah,
especially
even that ECW crowd. If somebody would have tried to run in and ruin a match, we would have beat the shit out of that motherfucker, man. That's not happening. We pay good money. You keep your ass over the guardrail.
You are not a professional, sir. Sit your ass down.
We didn't need security. We were security, man. Motherfuckers start talking shit, we throw them out.
Either way, it really is unfortunate, and I feel bad for Keisha because, I mean, I'm just worried he's gonna do a diss track on WWE now.
Well, I hope not. Oh my god.
You know he got in trouble with the last one he did with Jake.
Yes,
here come Big Keish with fuck TKO.
And now the last topic here of the night. But man, we got here there's 5 matches, as a matter of fact, because now they announced that it's Nikki Bella versus Becky at Clash at Paris for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We got the street fight that between, I call him Miro. I'm not going to call him Rusev. Miro versus fucking Sheamus. We got that going. We have Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns. We got the Fatal 4-Way for the Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso, LA Knight, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and John Cena's final tour versus Logan Paul. So they're going to probably eventually on SmackDown announce one more match, which I don't think is going to be Cody and Drew because that'll be the stupidest thing if they do it because for what? There's no fucking. I'm sorry. Like, I love Cody Rhodes. I'm not hating on Cody Rhodes. It has to do with Cody. It's just the book.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I don't do that.
So here's my question.
You think Raj fucked somebody up? Don't you dare disparage Cody.
Here's
you see what my great nephew wore to his first day of middle school?
No, you're good. You're good, Harry. But here's the question I do have. All those matches you just mentioned for Clash, would you spend $30 to see that?
No. Actually, this is the last one on Peacock.
No, that's not my question.
That's not what he's saying, though. That's not what he's
saying.
Okay. Because this is going to be the basic format.
If this is going to be the basic format, which is what apparently seems to be for WWE, and because they don't look like they're going to change it, is this card worth $30 to you?
Hell no, it's not. I ain't paying $30.
I was gonna say I could say yes, but I'd be fucking lying.
No, don't get me wrong. Shame. The only match I'm excited about is only because it's going to be it's big meaty men slapping meat. Really is Sheamus and Miro.
Yeah,
and Rusev.
Okay, first of all, we gotta call him Rusev because if he was Miro, there's no way he's making a pay-per-view.
Fair enough.
I mean, back up. If it was Miro, he ain't at a pay-per-view. Rusev is at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Miro is at home.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. But we were talking about just that on Raw Dog and Pepsi Phil. It's like you look at Nikki Bella and fucking Becky Lynch for a mid-card title. I do not care. Why are we even doing this with a fucking mid-card title? That is the dumbest shit ever.
He got pregnant.
But that has nothing to do with an Intercontinental. They were going to do this regardless. They had already been setting it up before. Before Naomi jumped out with her hormones popping like a disco and dropped the belt. I mean, so we were headed for this, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why Nikki's involved. I don't understand why Becky's got that mid-card title. And I'm more interested in Bailey in the back with her faces of Foley than I am Becky Lynch.
So here's the thing that gets me though. If the mid-card thing, I'm not going to argue about because I agree with you. But the thing is that if you're going to give Becky a title shot, a title match, Io's right there, man.
No, that's the thing. We were just talking about that on Raw Dog, and because they had a segment where Steph Vaquer walked up to Adam Pearce, and he said, "I have I'm working on an opponent for you. I think I'll let you know who it is next Monday." Now, fine, great, whatever. But at the same time, you got a pay-per-view, and you had before Naomi's hormones jumped, you had Io Sky in line for a title match, right? And then Steph was going to get the winner of that match. So why wouldn't you take both contenders, give them a shot at the vacant title at the pay-per-view, especially since it's an international event with 2 international women involved?
Because Clash is a bullshit.
Whoa!
I am the Redeemer. And you'll either feel the joy at my cruelty. This is the word of the Redeemer.
See, this man is now trying to just do more streams than me. That's all this is. I'll be honest, one up on me. He's like, "Oh, it's 6-5, Notorious."
Because to answer your question, Dom, the answer is because Clash is a non-event event.
I understand that, but at the same time, you don't want the Paris crowd to feel like they are not getting their money's worth.
Oh, no, I agree.
Ticket prices, bro.
I'm not arguing that. Like I said, from the WWE's perspective, is they're money hungry. They just want a pay-per-view, and they'll put anything out there. From a fan's perspective, this does not give us what we want.
No, but certainly don't give the Redeemer what he wants because he ain't going to see Steph in Paris.
Exactly. Io versus
He's immediately not showing up for that watch party. I can tell you that right now.
No. Listen, the only freaking issue with the fact of it is you had your out. They had their out. It made all the sense in the world when if you don't have to draw it out. I don't know why they want to draw it out and wait and stretch it out and reach for it so much when all you have to do is make it the simplest way ever. Stephanie earned an opportunity in a battle royal to get a women's world championship match. Io Sky literally is owed a women's world championship match. There's your fucking match. You don't need to draw it out. You don't need to guesstimate and be like, man, I don't know who I want to pick. I don't know who Stephanie should face. It's going to take me a couple weeks to try to draw up an idea of who I want to have face her. Right there.
Right here. Just notorious. Just notorious. Just notorious. I see. That's what I'm saying. I understand your point, Pepsi Phil. I do. But at the same time, you look at this card and you think to yourself, okay, I don't care about Nikki. I don't care about Becky. The Intercontinental title's on, so I don't care about that. Rusev and Sheamus is gonna slap, but I'm afraid we're just headed down the path to where we end up with a new bar. It's just Rusev and Sheamus are gonna fight until they come to a tie, and then they're gonna tag up. We are rolling down that path again. I am getting Cesaro vibes from this whole fucking feud. Then you got Roman and you got Bronson. And why it is not a Shula Fala on a pole match is beyond me. Again, it's the simplest fucking thing. Put the shoes on the pole. Winner gets them.
Let me tell you something, bro. Okay, remember how many pole matches we had back in the day, bro? When I used to run WCW, bro.
Yeah, pole matches every week on Nitro, bro. And
we
then
were
Thunder,
sticking
bro,
Viagras on poles, bro. Like, fucking what the hell?
Like, I mean, and the Fatal 4-Way is very interesting, but at the same time, it's only so interesting because you already know Seth's going to retain. If you watch Raw, you know it. The three competitors are too worried about beating the shit out of themselves. They don't even look at Seth. They get their asses kicked because they're still too busy looking at themselves and fighting.
And I think it's safe to say LA Knight's taking the pin in that match.
Yeah, it's probably safe to say that. It's safe to say that Punk ain't taking that pin. We're going to say that. I don't know about LA Knight. Like, I can see Jay getting pinned by some kind of weird stretch of the imagination. I can say for all certainty, because I watch all the Raws, but it's by default. And these guys are more worried about their own egos and fighting each other, and it's allowing Seth and the Vision to just beat the shit out of all of them every week. They're lucky they even made it to Paris.
You know what I say about Pepsi Phil's?
So this is where the struggle for me comes in. I love Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins has literally done his job well for what he's supposed to do, bro.
Let me tell you something, bro. Okay.
But the problem I'm having is that the beef he has with these three people are passe to me.
Yeah.
Like he has no. I don't mean it that way. I mean in the sense of they have not done anything to make the beef feel like it's evolved into like extra beef.
No.
Not even your guy? You can't even say about this guy,
Think about it. They have hated each other for so long. They had the ultimate hater match, and it ended. And he came back. Other than them just going, it basically what it is like two dudes who hated each other on the schoolyard. One dude beat the other person's ass, but they still going to the same school. Why they hate each other even more?
Right.
At some point, they just squash the shit. Like, here we go again. Like next week, we'll be outside at lunch fighting again. Like, Jesus Christ, you just
at a certain point, you just gonna look outside the window, going, "I don't need to see that shit again."
Yeah, like, oh, they fighting again. Fuck that. I've seen it.
All right.
And the thing with Jay, as much as I love Jay, I think Jay and Seth does not make any sense to me.
Yeah.
LA Knight does. LA Knight, I'll give him credit. Like LA Knight
makes a ton of sense. Punk makes a ton of sense. Jay is just in there because Jay was nice enough to leave the title so Gunther could beat Goldberg. That was all that was. That was thanks for letting that title go, bro.
Exactly. And honestly, and truth be told, as much as I love Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns as a match on paper,
you know who's winning that match too, right?
Yeah. I mean,
and it damn sure ain't Bronson as much as I love him. It ain't the tribal beef.
I mean, Bronson may get 15 splashes in there somehow, or a couple of tsunamis here and there.
Nectar, must drink my weight in nectar, tsunami.
Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, Bronson ain't winning that match. Or if he does, it's going to be something that puts Braun Breaker over.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like and I know Pepsi Phil loves fashion, so I have to say two things. One, Bronson's new shirt is just glorious, and two, I got to give Seth Rollins all the credit in the world tonight, walking around looking like the Riddler on steroids. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
The thing is, like, as much people like to think that like Roman Reigns is the face of WWE, it's Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
it really is. And this is no disrespect to Roman Reigns, but it really is Seth Rollins. Like he is the workhorse.
That world belongs to two people: Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it
and
has
no offense, I will. There is nothing in me that will make me delay me taking a shit. That includes watching John Cena versus Logan Paul.
Right? Yeah, that's fucking cold.
I was
No, I agree. I agree.
And the thing is, I feel like it's just. Like, God bless John trying to put that boy over.
Bless his heart, really.
That's where, like, I just feel like Pepsi feels like, oh, you know what? I haven't heard all day. We need to hear it. Pepsi Phil, we need to hear from you. What's the word of the day today?
Oh, on this one with Clash of Castle, bullshit.
What the
fuck? Honestly. Other than truth be told, if you look at the card,
okay,
there is nothing like Heatwave was made more interesting than this fucking card.
It was. I thought he was gonna say the word of the day was relieved because you ain't got no problem going to the bathroom during any of these matches.
No, exactly. Like as much as the problem is every wrestler on this card I love. I do not love them. Well, not Nikki.
Wow, like right away, not Nikki. Like,
but every wrestler on here.
Back to Jersey. Just get the fuck out of here.
I love everyone on there, but the problem is I don't love that how they got to each other.
Okay.
Like,
so all right, let's do this. Let's start one at a time. Let's get it over as quick. All right.
Yeah, let's get it over.
All right, Becky, Nikki. All right, I'll start.
Don't care.
I don't care. I mean, that's literally like you can play that clip after every match you discuss.
Basically, yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Now, don't get me wrong. I'll give Nikki Bella credit. She has improved in the ring. Like, I don't know how it happened, but she did get better. Yeah. So she did get better. The problem is that the difference, you a part-time wrestler and you ain't done shit to piss off Becky enough to make a match happen.
Right.
Me personally, I would go up in there and hold a kid up and go, give me a match or I'm gonna throw your kid out the window. That's how you get a match and piss off Becky.
Right, you pulled a Michael Jackson, hold her over the
So
balcony.
dark, so fast. What the fuck?
I like it.
It worked for Snitsky. It worked for Snitsky for 5 minutes before he got fired.
By the way, it wasn't his fault.
It was not his fault. It was someone, but stuff like that. Like, Swerve did it. Swerve fucking did it. And nobody complained. Nobody complained when Swerve.
That man had to burn a man's house down to get what he wanted.
Exactly.
The thing is, I will pass on Nikki Bella trying to be Alberto Del Rio. Okay, I will pass on that. Hell no.
I swear,
Phil wouldn't do that.
Like Phil, this is how Phil feels about Nikki Bella right now. Like if let's say Nikki goes up to talk to Phil, this is what's gonna happen. Right
you need to shut the fuck up.
I felt that listening to that promo tonight.
So here's the thing, it's not that I dislike her in the sense of I don't think she's a good person or something like that, but I think the complaint is that she is taking a spot from somebody who could have been there.
Bailey.
I said it.
Yeah, exactly. She is in a spot that honestly, you're a part-timer, and I understand that you trying to find yourself or whatever, girl. But for the love of God, don't do it at my expense.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean
is the Intercontinental title actually on the line?
It is on the line. It is.
Yes.
Well, then give me Becky.
Who? Same. You really think Nikki Bella is going to be able to go to like who? I mean, unless you want Lyra Valkyria to beat Nikki Bella for the title.
Now Lyra can't challenge, and that would get her back in the picture. Phil.
Now, and in her defense,
Phil. Let's go, Nikki. Never mind, I changed my pick. Let's go, Nikki.
And in her defense, we all want to see Nikki get her ass whooped.
I do, but at the same time, I want to see Lyra get back on TV because that woman was so hot, and now she's just sitting in the back going, "Oh my God, what's wrong with Bailey?" Like, I'm so sick of that shit. I'm so sick of looking at Becky Lynch and this bullshit heel turn, but talk about being held down. How the fuck were you held down? You got more time. You had literally almost every title outside of the U.S. How the fuck are you held down?
She's a double Grand Slam champion. But no, she was a tag champ, right?
Yeah,
she's not technically a Grand Slam yet. She needs
because they introduced the women's U.S. titles.
Exactly.
She's the closest thing to a current Grand Slam champ there is on the entire roster. And she's walking out to a big ass sign saying "held down by the man." Since when?
You know what I said to that? I wonder how Charlotte feels about that.
When Justin is trying to defend Charlotte.
So Redeemer, who do you got?
Not gonna lie, this new gimmick she's doing with Alexa is making me like her.
Same here, Phil. Same here.
Hate on Charlotte. We're all supposed to be hating. What is wrong with you?
First of all, I would tell you right now, it's not Charlotte. It's the power of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, listen, like
Alexa Bliss,
I don't know what helped her out with not having to pay alimony.
Here's the thing: I don't know what it was about the one night, like when they first put them together. I go, okay, I'm not gonna get on board with this just yet because I don't know what the hell this is gonna be. The night that she had Alexa be the cheerleader for her, I'm like, okay, well that's kind of funny. And then literally the following week is roles reversed and Charlotte's the fucking cheerleader and Alexa has her just coming out and she's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. She just do the thing. I'm not gonna do it. And then she just goes with the little fucking enthusiasm she had behind it. I just look at that and I go, why did that just make me laugh?
Exactly.
Like,
not to mention,
I don't care. I'm giving Lexi all the credit for that shit. Fuck Charlotte.
But the thing about it is that's hilarious is that Charlotte's playing it up well, and they're doing the thing where Charlotte refuses to say they're friends, and they're playing that shit up really, really well.
They're frenemies.
Like, truth be told, if you look at it, that's the Rock and Sock connection.
We're friends.
That
with
is
enemies.
Yeah, exactly. So I like I said, and like I said, even though we all had an issue with Charlotte, I still liked her. I thought she was a good worker. This is like the funniest I think they've let her be. Like, she's not Queen Charlotte. She's just, I'm hanging out with my crazy ass friend.
Not insufferable. Like, have her disappear for a year, come back, immediately stick her in the championship scene, strap the title on her, everything else. This is like Charlotte, for once, putting everything aside and going, you know what? I'm going to entertain people. I'm going to make people laugh.
She has a personality. Like, she's literally using, like, they're letting her personality come out, which I'm happy, which I am glad about.
I'm happy for it too, because you know why? To be honest with everybody, I get sick and tired of fucking always being the guy to go, I can't stand Charlotte, can't stand Charlotte, can't stand Charlotte. Because again,
for what it's worth, it's not just you.
No, okay, fine. That's fair. That's fair. But the one thing is, like, all I ever asked was the one thing was she's been doing the same character for so many years, and it's gotten so stale that it needed a refresh. And the fact that she's willing to put the queen character to the side and actually say, you know what? I'm not going to be a champion. I'm not going to be a champion. I'm not going to walk around with the main championship. I'm not going to friggin' be over, like, just like insufferable to watch the whole entire time. I'm going to actually do something that people are going to be like, you know what? I'm going to entertain them. I'm going to make them happy. I want to make them like me. You know what? Like, again, that whole interview of her going out there and saying, I am just tired of, I want people to like me. I want her to like me. I want these people to like me. Well, now you actually did something for people to like you enough. Like, thank God you finally adapted and changed your character instead of giving us the same insufferable garbage over and over again. So like I said, I am so happy to say that I am now, right now, saying that I'm enjoying Charlotte. It felt good to say that.
And like I said, I enjoy them as a tag team. I enjoy the weird dynamic they're doing. Like I enjoyed like the Chelsea Green thing that they had, like their little spot they had with Chelsea Green. That shit was hilarious. I don't care what anyone says. That shit was genuinely hilarious.
With the cake, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, entertainment wise, that was good entertainment.
Okay. So, Bobby Redeemer, you got Nikki or Becky?
First off, like Notorious said, I genuinely don't give a shit about this matchup. This is one of them matches that, again, if you just saw Monday Night Raw earlier with us, the promos have been god awful. They are so bad. They're not enjoyable. They're cringy as all hell.
Yeah.
Like Nikki had that one line that literally all she had to do was get to the point and stop. Like when she did that, you cheat, you're cheap, and you're another C word. All you had to do was stop.
Yeah, that was a mic drop moment.
Fucking thing at that point. All she do is leave it at that. But no, she had to go, and you're cowardice. And I'm like, of course, you had to ruin your fucking line that would have been perfect to stop at. Like, I hate
because we literally had that moment on the stream where we were all like, "Oh!" and then she took it further. We were like, "Oh."
Yeah, I was like, really, you ruined the mood. It was so bad. Like the promos are so cringy. They're bringing up stuff that just makes you go, "Wow, cool! You brought up that, and you brought up that, and
you brought up the ex-husband. Ooh,
yeah,
risque.
Like, yeah, oh boy, like it's so bad. It's not enjoyable." But it doesn't feel as much as it would be nice to now know, like now that you put that thought in my head of Nikki doing it so Lyra can now challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again. It makes sense to do. I just genuinely don't think they're going to do it because I don't know what it is about WWE that just feels like they don't want to invest in Lyra Valkyria, which fucking sucks. Why are you not? Like, she is right now a person that if you're not going to elevate her to the main championship scene, the Intercontinental title is where she should be right now. And now she can't even challenge for that.
If it means Lyra's back in a mid-card title picture, if Becky doesn't have it anymore, go Nikki.
So the problem I have, Justin, you hit on it, is it takes them so long to move a mid-carder up to top guy status.
I know.
I agree, but at the same time, they moved Lyra from mid-carder to catering, so this would be getting her back to where
they'll rush her out of freaking the mid-card scene and put her right back in the backstage area.
I thought she was doing a great job with it.
Well, no, that's my thing too.
Bailey
like
and Becky and stuff were great, and then they just decided to go in this route.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The thing I was talking, I didn't mean that. What I mean is, usually what used to be the route is you get the IC title like Gunther, and then go for the World Championship. But you have to kind of make your name. You have to make your bones on as an IC champion. I think Lyra was doing a good job as an IC champ. Truth be told, that first run with Becky was probably the best she's ever been, and they came and it showed. Honestly, they should have had her finish her feud with Becky, then move on to Bailey.
Yes,
that would have been, and then you can honestly say she deserves a shot at the championship, at the World Championship.
I said when they did what felt like the very predictable title change.
Yeah,
there was we all sat here and said that if Becky is coming back and you're gonna go through with the heel turn like they did, which again they rushed very, very quickly. I wasn't very happy with how fast they got into that situation. When you look back at it and you go, okay, if Becky is going to be the one to come back in here and to be the one to elevate Lyra Valkyria to the point where you're going to get her over, yes, if you have to put the Intercontinental title on Becky for a little bit, as long as it goes full circle, Lyra gets the rub, she gets the Intercontinental title back, that's what you do. But the fact that you cut that story off and basically said Lyra now cannot challenge for the championship, you basically have downgraded Lyra Valkyria from the mid card, and that really sucks right now because we said it the night after she lost. Unless you are going to elevate her, unless this is her moving up to the main championship scene at this point, this decision was stupid. Her losing to Becky was dumb. Now we're kind of looking at it now, and it really is a bad decision because Lyra's really not benefited at this point. She's honestly gone off TV. She's downgraded, which sucks. Becky, like we've talked about it with the Intercontinental title and even the United States title. If you introduce these titles, the one thing it should be is the titles should be made for the people that you want to elevate up to the main card scene, or the people that you see are never going to be elevated up into that scene and at least get moved up to the mid card scene. And that is it. That should be generally what that title is for, not for the already established main event women like Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella. Those people should not be challenging for this championship. The title should be there to elevate the other women that do not get the opportunities. And it just feels like they have not done that. They've moved basically it to the, yes, we want to elevate the, like, you could have used Becky to elevate the title. Yes, that was fine. But now what are we doing? We're not elevating the title. We're just building more little side stories of, well, Becky's here. Becky's hanging around. Becky's got a title.
Well, look, Nikki's here.
Yeah, it's just very lackluster as a whole. Like, I would honestly prefer it to be, if Lyra at least gets elevated back up to the mid card, it should be Nikki Bella. But honestly, I genuinely do not see Nikki winning this title. I do think Becky is sadly going to retain. And after that, what do we do? What are we going to do? Who's next for Becky?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Nikki. I hate Nikki Bella, and I hope she wins anyway.
I've never been a Bella fan. Because
I don't really care at this point, so let Nikki win.
Yeah, legitimately, I've never had any reason to be a Bella, be a big Bella fan. But genuinely, if what the situation is at right now, if it involves getting the women in the mid-card scene elevated, this should absolutely be Nikki winning, but I don't see it happening, sadly.
Okay. All right. Now we can move to the street fight. Miro, I'm not calling him Rusev. Miro.
I was saying when you were going, if he was Miro, he'd be home. He's Rusev. He's technically a pay-per-view. So he's Rusev.
Okay. Oh, man. It's pretty much it is, Steven. It feels like a Saturday main card.
This feels like WWE giving Peacock the shit of all shit on their way out the door.
Yeah.
I said it.
I mean,
could be.
I'll go quick. I mean, yeah, Rusev's gonna win. It's gonna be a good fight, but I hope this is the end because this should be the trilogy to end it and then move on. Because there's no point in keeping the story going. It's not going nowhere. It's just them fighting. That's just it. It's like how Dom said earlier. This is like your Claudio and Sheamus when it was back in the 7 Series matches they had back in the days. We don't want that. I'm like, no. So it's like, no. I'm just like, just give me that ending. I'll be happy with it. That's move on from Miro from Rusev and Sheamus. That's it. I mean, that's how I feel about it. What you got to turn your along?
It's going to be a good match. I'll be honest with you. And I truly believe that. It's the only match that has a storyline that sort of makes sense and that works. But again, we've seen these guys fight. Mm-hmm. So what do we get in watching this new fight? Yep. Like other than two guys just beating each other. But if I have to pick, truth be told, I think this is Sheamus. Well, yeah, I think it's Sheamus's day.
Oh, so okay, so you have Sheamus. Okay.
I do have Sheamus for this one. And just to give you a heads up, I got a bolt in 20 minutes.
Yep, we're about to close it on anyways.
Okay.
So Bobby Redeemer, what do you got for us?
I got Sheamus, honestly. I just don't think WWE is sadly once again gonna invest in Rusev. I really don't. I think he's just basically back because WWE is happy to have him back because Tony doesn't have him no more. And I don't see much coming from Rusev right now. They literally have not used him in so long right now. It's just been these brawls with Sheamus over and over again and nothing else. He has basically just come back to the same position that he was before he left. So I think Sheamus is getting close to his last run. I think he's on the road to it. I just don't see him. I think you stack up a bunch of wins for him on his way down that road, though. So I got Sheamus.
All right. Bobby Notorious, what do you got for us?
I mean, I have enjoyed the build and the brawls with these guys. Like, the intensity has been off the chart watching it unfold on Raw. But just knowing, like Steven said, that it's a Donnybrook match at this pay-per-view kind of feels like Sheamus wins this one. So give me O'Doyle rules all night long.
All right. Well, let's go with the Fatal 4-Way. We got, of course, Phil's buddy, and we got LA Knight.
Yeah.
Oos, and then we got Rollins. So back to you, Poppy Notorious. What do you got in that one?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a match, but I don't see any other way around it. Seth retains.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with him. Punk had his moment.
All 8 seconds.
Yep. Punk had his moment. I don't think they're gonna put the belt on Jay because there's no point to it. The boys, he's so over. He doesn't need a belt at this point.
Nah.
Okay.
And as much as it pains me to say this, they have not invested yet, and they like LA Knight, but they have not invested in him to make him a top guy yet. They still have him. For some reason, they still have him listed as a mid-card guy, which I do not understand why.
Yeah,
like he literally could probably be it. Like he could definitely be within like a regular top guy status, but they just don't put him over yet.
Yeah.
Agree. All right, Papa Redeemer, what do you got for us?
Rollins retains. I think it's just too obvious right here. I wish that LA Knight. I feel bad for LA Knight. The fact that he keeps getting put in these situations where he's in these championship matches, basically destined to fail. Jay, he already had his run. He's basically, if he ever gets another world championship run, it'll be sometime way down the line where it'll happen again. But other than that, it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Punk, at this point, it's just the stretching out the chase. He is eventually going to probably get that world title back. It's just you stretch it out longer and longer, keep him chasing. But right now, it's just I don't see Rollins losing that title. There's no way, there's no point to have him drop the title right now. He literally just won it in one of the more clever Money in the Bank cash-ins. It's just you're not ending that now.
And he's still the hottest thing they got going on right now.
Right now, yeah, it is. You're right.
He is now taking the Karrion Kross moniker. Like, crowd loves him. He's hot. He's doing everything right, and nobody cares.
Then
not a WWE.
I mean, yeah, Rollins is going to retain. LA Knight's going to take the pin. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I don't want him to, but it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. The Shuofala match. Yes. Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed.
I am happy for Bronson Reed.
Okay, so everybody goes Bronson Reed on this one. That's pretty much.
No. I'm not picking Bronson Reed.
Oh, I'm not picking. I'm happy for him. I ain't picking. I think we all know who we're picking. We can say it.
We know who's winning.
I think we all can say it at the same time.
1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. The only good thing about this is that Bronson Reed gets to be back where he was before he got hurt and had to step down.
Yep.
Because remember, when he killed Seth Rollins with like 15 tsunamis and 3 other tidal waves, he literally he was on like a great up. He had that great match with what the hell is it? The Monster Among Men,
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman, and he was on a hell of a run, and then he like blew out his knee or his ankle. I can't remember what it was.
His ankle. It was the ankle.
Yeah, his ankle, and then he disappeared. And they had this, so he like I said, he lost weight, he came back, and I am glad he started to get back up to here. The thing that makes me sad is, and we can talk about it next week, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Braun Breaker about to break away from the Vision.
Okay.
Yeah, I said that myself, Pepsi Phil.
We were saying that multiple times on seemed like every freaking Raw Dogging show. We were talking about that. Braun Breaker is the breakout.
It feels like imminently with both major promotions. You got Braun Breaker just getting ready to turn face because even people still bark for him every time they fucking see him. Like, they love him. And then on the other side in AEW, with the only reason they broke Wardlow out of packing peanuts was so Takeshita could turn face. People cheer the shit out of him, and look at the company he's keeping right now.
I just said this earlier on World Elite before that basically the Vision right now, when Braun Breaker breaks free from that group and becomes the breakout star, it's going to be like Evolution. It's going to be like with Batista, where it's going to come down to where that's basically what this whole thing was.
It's going to be Randy Orton winning the title.
Right? When we said the Vision, when the early stages of the Vision coming together, the one thing we said was this needs to be the only thing that needs to come out of this is the breakout of Braun Breaker. That is what it should be.
And truth be told, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even think he needed the Vision.
I don't either, but if it was a good excuse to put him with Paul Heyman on the regular, just to help him get over, I agree with that idea. And polish him up a little bit because we know Paul. Yeah,
exactly.
Encyclopedia.
I appreciate that, but truth be told, the man has pretty much already gotten over after literally like not even being with anyone and killing and literally committing murder outside the ring. Every time he speared somebody,
he was getting over during his IC title run. Like at this point, I'll flat out say I think he's gonna go over Roman Reigns when they eventually have a one-on-one match.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he is the next guy. Like I think Braun could be the next guy. Truth be told, though, I still want to know if they managed to put Carlito back together after that spear he took.
Of course not. That's why he's not in WWE anymore. He's like Humpty Dumpty. They can put that motherfucker back together again.
He got speared so hard he thinks he's Primo, and except he's like, wait a minute, that's my cousin.
The thing is, that clip right there was on. I'm like, that man is dead.
He got speared so hard, his damn daddy needed a splenectomy.
He thought it was the Attitude Era again.
Now that's cool.
That's cool. Bobby Notorious, anything else you want to add on it before we move to the main event?
No, let's do it.
All right. We know it's going to be the main event, which is John Cena and Logan Paul. It's his last run. That's why I saved that for last. But I'll say this right quick. Of course, Cena's going to win. But someone's showing up. He's going to show up again. You already know. Yes, he's going to show up. His name was mentioned on SmackDown, and then he got punched by Logan Paul out of nowhere. So not be surprised if you see this man. Am I happy? Am I going whoopity-doo? I'm not. I'm just more like, because we already know where it's going with this shit. Just like with the women's title, it's all this because fucking ESPN wants to fucking rush shit. Bring it over here, do WrestlePalooza, which is going to happen. The women's championship is going to be determined there. Exactly, it's never a thing. And to get determined there, and Cena and Lesnar is going to be determined there. They're not going to wait until fucking Survivor Series. They're not going to wait until none. They're going to do it at WrestlePalooza. What better way to debut for ESPN for WrestlePalooza? Adding all those matches.
ESPN has already reported that Brock and Cena are going to be on that match.
Yeah,
or that card.
Yeah. They're going to do it.
I mean, truth be told, if Cena loses and his last match he's going to lose, and it's going to probably be to Brock. I don't know why. Well, we all know why. As much as it pains me to say this, I agree with you. I do think Cena wins, but I think it's going to be by DQ.
Yeah, because Homeboy's going to show up.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the same thing as SummerSlam. I think they're going to have a great match because Logan Paul is a giant fucking douchebag. We've established that, but he can wrestle. So they're going to have a great match. It's going to be highly contested. Cena's going to pull it out by the skin of his jorts. And then immediately following the match, Brock Lesnar gonna whoop his ass, just like Cody. If you noticed, if you watch WWE, they have been recycling a lot of shit lately.
Yeah, that's what it is. I agree with you.
So they are going to recycle the SummerSlam ending in Paris. It's going to be Cena wins, has this moment, and then Brock comes out and whoops the shit out of him again to build that I guess anticipation, if you want to call it, for WrestlePalooza, which I don't even give a fuck about right now. Stop making the tickets $6,000.
Exactly.
Fuck is wrong with you? Like WWE ain't got no money. Don't give me that bullshit. If you ain't got no money, WWE, if you ain't got no money, I am fucked. Okay.
No. WWE got money. TKO ain't got no money.
They just got $7 billion from ESPN. How they ain't got no money?
Man, when you in the hole and you get money, that money goes
$3 billion in the hole. You just made $7 billion.
TKO
The hole back the fuck off, will you?
Operating expenses.
Yeah, it's gonna be even more operating expenses when people don't buy these tickets.
TKO
gonna make WWE price themselves right out the market any day now.
And TKO can't even say they're in the hole because they literally just had UFC sign that freaking $7.7 billion deal with Paramount.
$7 billion deal for UFC. How the fuck are they in the hole? Like, stop this shit already. You got all the money from ESPN. You got all the money from Paramount. You got all the fucking money. Why are the tickets $6,000?
Peacock and Netflix and every fucking thing.
I mean, that's not a bad call right there.
That's
Jelly Roll not far away. Oh, you think Jelly Roll's gonna show up and help Cena win?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing it after SummerSlam, honestly.
I mean, yeah, he did. He had a good showing. He actually had a good showing.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Fluid Henry would. Yeah, we got the $7 billion, man. We got the 7. That's what we're talking about. I mean, Jesus Christ, unbelievable. Unfucking-believable.
Here's the thing, though. Remember,
you create a pay-per-view out of thin air. You put 2 old timers on it. You charge $6,000 for the front fucking row.
I'm not paying that.
WCW wasn't even doing that shit, and they folded.
So here's the thing. Basically, if you got a shitty manager, it don't matter how much money you make, you still gonna be in the hole. Like,
all right.
Maybe they need to be under some new management then.
Exactly. Maybe putting a rock on your board wasn't, for PR sake, was not the best move.
Right? Maybe you should have put Paul on the board. Then maybe. He was turning record profits every quarter. That's why TKO wanted in, right? Now they tell him, you go over here. We got this. No, you don't. If you did, you wouldn't have the problems you do. Shut the fuck up and let Triple H be Triple H. And by the way, Paul, grow a fucking spine. Stop having Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon running the fucking company with TKO in the background.
Let me tell you something, damn it. I'm still around.
Like, fuck you piece of shit. You and Brother Love can just fuck off.
I love you.
Fuck off.
Redeemer. What do you got for us?
Cena. Cena beats Logan Paul. It's just I don't think Cena loses any matches until his last match.
Yeah.
Genuinely don't. Like, I even honestly think at WrestlePalooza, he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. He's going to beat Brock Lesnar. Lesnar has beaten him every time except that one time at Extreme Rules.
Yep.
Cena is going to beat Lesnar at WrestlePalooza. Cena is not losing until his last match. Who that last opponent's going to be, no idea. Genuinely no idea. But by the time that comes around, that's when Cena will lose. Until then, he is going to win. And, you know, maybe everyone's going to start being like, it's Super Cena. He came out of everything. Like, I will say with the build for this, it's basically been non-existent. That's what sucks. Other than that one promo, where honestly I love what Cena did in that process, because literally I hate Logan Paul as a person. I don't like him as a person. I think he's a fucking tool. He's scum, but as a professional wrestler, in ring wise, he is fantastic as an in-ring competitor. What Cena did on SmackDown with that promo, where he not only built him up and basically endorsed Logan Paul, but then flipped the switch and said, you know what? This man better be prepared because I'm going in. I love the way Cena was able to do that. He didn't bury him. He didn't do anything. He just spoke all truths, gave it to freaking Logan Paul the way you would expect John Cena to do. It was a fantastic promo. Like I said, the sad thing is the build for this has been non-existent because Logan is not around at all, barely. Cena is not around, barely. It's just basically putting two incredible fucking part-timers and just saying, let them fight. At that point, it's basically what Cena's going to be. His builds to feuds are sadly going to be, for the most part, non-existent. It's just basically Cena's going to have his run until he gets to his final match where somebody's going to win, and that's about it. So right here, Cena does not lose.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, the no build thing is probably the most annoying thing out of all of them. And the truth of the matter is that when I look at it, the only thing that gets me is I understand why John Cena is part-time. He is retiring. He has every reason in the world to be a part-timer. However, Logan Paul is supposed to be on that staff regular.
He has no excuse to why he's part-time right now.
Exactly. There is no reason, and I will say this, and I keep remembering what Kevin Nash said about him that pissed off Logan Paul.
I forgot too. I know he did. He said something.
I did too, honestly. I forgot.
What he basically said is that, yeah, is Logan Paul athletic? Yes. Can he do it and can he wrestle in WWE? Yeah. But if it comes to being an actual wrestler outside of WWE, dude can't do it. Literally, if he got fired from WWE, do you really believe that kid would wrestle anymore? He's not like one of those types that literally do it for I will play this. I do not believe he does it for the passion. I do it because he's athletic and he has a way to make money at it.
So yeah, he does it for the check. We know he does. Yeah. He does it for the bet.
But then there's someone then there's someone like Karrion Kross, who literally does it, loves wrestling, and pretty much will go around the world to make sure he makes his money. But the thing about it is that if it was me and I was going to have a match with quote unquote, arguably the best wrestler of a generation, I'd be doing promos left and goddamn right. I would literally be calling him going, by the way, Nikki called, she said, you suck. I would literally be doing those type of petty programming.
You should be cutting promos on his podcast.
Yeah.
About it.
Literally, the fact that he's not, well, I'm not going to say he's not smart enough. The fact that they are not booking him in a sense that basically, if you can't come on the shows and if you can't come on the wrestling shows, that's an argument right there. But at the very least, you do have a platform to sell the match. Sell the match on the fucking platform, like you said. Paul said, there's a really funny story that Paul Heyman talks about with him when Dusty talked to him. Basically, Dusty goes, it's the end of a pay-per-view, and he tells Paul Heyman with no script, go out there and say something. And Paul does this 30-minute speech. It's beautiful. It's great. Dusty said it was great. And then Paul said the thing that meant the Dusty said the one thing to Paul that Paul realized he fucked up. He did not sell the next week's match. He did not sell. He had a great speech, had a great conversation with everybody, but he did not sell or push next week's match. Which Logan Paul does not know to do that. And someone in that back office should have told him, bruh, you fighting John Cena. John Cena is one of the biggest stars we got right now. You need to fucking play that shit up. You're a dickhead. Go be a dickhead and do some promos as a dickhead.
talk shit on your podcast. Literally invite John on the show and talk shit to him right there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's right there. The build could have been better and actually existed if Logan actually used his brain and said, I have all these different platforms that I can freaking, invite Cena on, have him, send him all these, some tweets and talk about him on my podcast, promote the shit during any appearances that he does. Like if he has any boxing matches coming up or something like that, anything, just promote the fucking match, do something.
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true.
You're usually yelling at Tony Khan to fucking promote better, and here we are telling somebody else to fucking promote better.
That's why this episode is called The Turnover, because the things has turned over for that reason.
I mean, the problem is that even though we dislike him, it's still wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to, and wrestling isn't just being athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And it isn't just entertaining by showing up and having people boo you and selling your energy fucking drink.
Build a match.
It's literally, but it's about the matches. And this, all he does, I will say he did a decent job with LA Knight, but then again, LA Knight basically carried that entire feud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But truth be told, all he really did was just be athletic and do the moves.
That's all he does in every feud,
Yeah.
really. I mean, yes, LA Knight did a great job, but that's pretty much Logan Paul's role in WWE. It's like be an athlete and let whoever you're feuding with carry the feud, whether it be Cody, LA Knight, even now with John Cena, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like it is about that time, folks. It is that time.
Finally.
Yes.
Let that man sleep.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
It means I can take a day off.
No, it's not over for me. I gotta go somewhere after this.
I gotta go do some stuff.
I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday.
That's right.
Sunday.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for everybody for tuning in to this doubleheader again. A doubleheader happened yesterday and today here on this network.
No, I was here for all of them.
And like how, of course, Papi Notorious says, it's not over. It's just on pause. Because tomorrow, the Redeemer himself is back for the NXT, for the watch along for NXT, the aftermath of what occurred on NXT Heatwave, as we already have matches already announced. Malsborn versus Lexus King in a blindfold match. We have already the 6-woman tag match already announced for that, which is Fatal Influence versus Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, and Zyria. We got that going on. And I believe there's another match that was announced as well on NXT, which I'm trying to see what match did they announce. That's right. It was supposed to be it's Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame versus Ray Sinclair and a mystery partner, which we don't know who is going to be.
Probably the start of the stupid speed tournament nonsense.
And then the start of the speed tournament will be starting as well. We will hear from the new tag team champions, Dark State, and what is next for Obo Femi and Ricky Saints. What's going to happen from there for Blake Monroe as well? What's going to happen from there and much more. So that is what's happening tomorrow, folks. But until then, we appreciate you all for joining us in this incredible journey that is just the beginning. Again, heading to Pasha Claris, which will be Paris will be here Sunday for that watch party for sure, folks. But it's about that time, folks. Again, we appreciate you all. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We get a bang bang. You get here 6-7 days a week here. You get Notorious Gaming, you get Raw, Dog Dom, you get the NXT, you get Dynamite, you get the flagship show, you get
GETCHO,
you get to GETCHO, you get the SmackDown, and sometimes Collision or any pay-per-views. We do 3 things here, folks. So yes, we discuss, we derail, we debate, but the 4th thing is, of course, is the detonation that we do not want to have. And what is a 5D, Notorious?
Damn.
No, there was a 5D.
Oh, I was thinking of Lady Psycho. I got to be honest with you right now, Devious bro. I can't remember.
Okay. But
Dominate?
Dominate.
Bobby Lashley?
There you go. But you know it's about that time, folks. It is a time. Well, the three things we do here. We do the base 3 things in the world, Craig. World. So we make
history.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Gotta do it that way, folks. Peace out.